Oh my god, everybody, welcome back to Super Sexy Seductive Valentine's Day Stream 2025. Guess what? It's still a thing, and it's gonna take you whether you want it or not. I know, it's kind of rapey like that. It's like a rapist in a dark alley. Oh dear, but we are back. We've got Waifu, we've got a Lum, we've got a Chica, we've got an Ashley Rosemary there. We even have Ron Jeremy there on the top left. Oh, you gotta love that. Alright, let's get our list of games up and see what's next. Oh my god, it's Katawa Shoujo, which means I need my walkthrough. Oh, I'm gonna need that. I gotta learn how to waifu properly. Okay, we're on the Lily story arc, so let's see. Reveal hidden contents. Yeah, we're gonna need that. I want to be on the good path. How do I do that? Lily's route has two endings, good ending and neutral ending, which ending you get depends on the following choice. Talking about the letter good ending, dropping the subject neutral ending. Oh, about the letter. I wonder how far along we are with this. It's a Hornio brother. Yeah, that's from Super Hornio Brothers. he's just hanging out. Alright, let's get some Katawa Shoujo going. I wonder if I can get away with using the Steam version, which I just downloaded whilst we were streaming, actually. Kind of cheated and did that. Alrighty. There we go. Music off. Katawa Shoujo Steam Edition. Haven't played it before, and it's free. So, actually buy it. Why don't you? Hey, what do you know? Works out of the box just as you expect it to. We will have to switch chats, though. Here we go. Chats have been switched. Hello. Oh, the game stopped. Oh, no, it's back again. Whoa, that's loud. Beep, boop, beep. Four Leaf Studios presents a game. Alright, let's get the volume down on that. Fucking hell. There we go. Welcome to Katawa Shoujo. If you're just joining us, it's a game about dating crippled girls. That's what the game is. Where's that image? I'm gonna need it. Oh, I've lost it. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Boom. All of the sex scenes are disabled anyway, so what are you going to do? Steam version already has disabled sex scenes, but I'm just going to double check. Oh, I can't load anything. Oh, we're going to have to play the other version then. Okay, that's fine. Great, we have to play the version that I was already playing. There we go. Change of plans. Apparently, it doesn't, the save files don't transfer over. Well, whatevers. Okay, that's fine. We can just keep going with the version we were always playing. There we go. Righto. Here we go. Yeah, see, here's our save files. I guess Nintendo thought their Super Hornio is going to hurt their image. Nintendo actually bought most copies of Super Hornio to destroy them. Just like George Lucas with his holiday special. They didn't have to buy them, obviously. Options. Disable adult content. Disable. You get it? Oh. Alright, skip unread text, full screen mode, skip, keep out to skipping choices, gamepad, no, it's fine. Okay, return. Extras. Jukebox, gallery, library, cinema. Oh, we can see all the things. Also return. Click burnt waifu to return. Load game. Alright, here we go. Yeah, I remember the Earl Grey. Tea, Earl Grey hot. For some reason we're now quoting Star Trek. I have no idea why. But, booby. Alright, let's go. Tea Earl Grey hot. And we're back with more crippled waifu romance. It's great. I wake to the annoying din of my alarm clock, its bright red numerals lighting up my face. It's the same alarm clock I had at home, one of the few remaining artifacts in my days before coming to Yamaku. I'd hoped that using it would help ease my transition to this new life. No such luck, though. Groggily dragging myself out of bed, I wipe the sleep out of my eyes, then reach over to my desk. I open a couple of bottles of medication strewn across it and swallow a few pills dry. By now the process is starting to become automatic, something I should be glad for given their purpose. I'll be on those pills forever. Feeling much more awake than before, I wander into the bathroom. While the shower warms up, my mind begins to wander as my new daily routine begins once again. The bright colours of the fireworks fill my mind, as do the two girls with whom I spent my time watching them. Wait, what? It feels strange to be moved so much by people I know so little about. Yeah, no, didn't we just, only arrive here, a month ago or something? I don't know. Then again, I suppose these aren't normal circumstances. At least I have someone to talk to now, aside from my schoolmate next door, who I'm pretty sure is a pedophile. With the time left before school, because wait, no, he can't be a pedophile, he's underage himself. Well, he's still kind of creepy, and he would have killed me by pushing me off the roof as well. Also, I think he's a QAnon as well. With the time left before school begins today, I begin to get ready for class. Alrighty. Walking through the door into the classroom, I notice that I'm still somewhat early. I see about 5 or 6 students milling around, most of them looking as if they'd rather be still in bed. Luckily with Star Wars Holiday Special, there's people who recorded it. Yes, that's right. You can't stop it now. At times like this, it's times like this I appreciate being a morning person. That said, 2 students in particular seem just as perky as always. Hi Shizune, hi Misha. Oh, it's Hisao. Yeah, oh that's me, I'm Hisao, I keep forgetting. I suddenly realised that my greeting would be lost on the former, so I quickly followed up with a wave. She doesn't seem overly bothered. She's the deaf one. She can't hear nothing, and this one is probably on the spectrum because she understands her, but she just talks so fucking much. Or interested for that matter. She's not terribly bothered or interested. There we go. She's Unaya's worst waifu, but a decent lay. Hello, Hee-chan, are you feeling well? Apparently, Mia is an option as well, even though she's really not into it, so it's more like rape. I can only assume her greeting comes from Shizune. It's hard to tell if she's speaking as herself or Shizune sometimes. Better than most everyone else, I guess. You two seem bright and chipper. Huh? Misha signs back to Shizune as I say it, eliciting a somewhat tense answer if her sharp and rapid arm movements are any indication. Considering that these two made such a big deal out of the festival preparations, I probably should have chosen my words more carefully. She's all grumpy. I hate her. She's grumpy all the time. Since you're a new student, we've been cutting you some slack. Please don't expect this kind of task dodging to be allowed in the future. What future? Hopefully I'm going to die soon. Oh dear. Misha looks as if she's about to add her own comment, but quickly goes back to interpreting as Shizune continues unabated. While your contribution to Class 3-2's stall is appreciated, word sure got around quickly that these two have their fingers on the pulse of the school. We would prefer your efforts to be focused on the task at hand, namely your own class. As much as I hate to admit it, they do have a point. Before I can respond though, Shizune adds something more, which draws a smile from Misha. Did you enjoy the festival then? Lecture over, I guess. Yeah, it was good. Did you two enjoy it? Shizune gives a short nod as Misha grins and bounces her head up and down. The contrast, side by side, is amusing. Out of the corner of my eye, I notice more students starting to trickle into the classroom. A quick glance at my watch confirms that they're a few minutes late. Oh, thank God class is starting. I don't want to have to talk to them all day. Oh God, it's burnt face waifu. I look over at Hanako's seat and realize that she's already there and contentedly reading a book. Makes me wonder just how long she's been there without me noticing. Oh dear, with heavy footsteps coming up the hallway signaling Muto's arrival, our idle talking comes to an end and I take my seat next to Misha. Oh dear, as the door slides open, he strides through with a ponderous gait. His posture is even worse than usual, and his eyes are barely staying open. I guess my quip to Lily and Hanako about the staff was misplaced. Everyone opens their books as he reaches his desk, and the first class of the new week begins. Oh, it just never ends. I rub my eyes as the lunch bell rings out, glad for the temporary reprieve from work. Oh, thank God for that. Hey, it's Best Girl. We're going to hopefully end up with her, although I could have sworn we did last year. I thought we did. I'm entirely unsurprised when I look over to the door to see Lily standing there, cane in hand, patiently waiting for Hanako. Considering her acceptance of my request to join them yesterday, I decide to spend my lunchtime with them rather than eat alone. Blind girl is best girl, not just because she's hot, but because she can't see nothing. She can just assume that I'm attractive. Also, I can trap her in a room and she won't know how to get out. Hanako moves surprisingly fast to meet her companion, and the two enter the hallway before I can catch up. Oh no! Lily's head turns slightly, registering the sound of footsteps behind her as Hanako notices her head and follows her lead. She almost jumps in surprise. Hi, Hisao? Hello, Hisao? Hi, sorry if I startled you. Lily turns to greet me, helped in her orientation by Hanako. Good afternoon, Hisao. Are you joining us? Well, if it's not too much trouble. If it's no trouble, there's not much else to do, really. Lily gives a small nod as if to silently brush away any idea that it would be troubling in the least. Yeah, she's like that. We descend one set of stairs and walk down the hallway to the usual room, our pace somewhat quicker than usual thanks to Lily using Hanako for direction rather than her cane and the railings. As expected, it's deserted. The sound of the other clubs can only barely be heard as sunlight streams into the room from outside. Looking around the room, I notice a couple of empty easels propped up against a wall that I don't think were there before. The art club must be using this room as extra storage. Should I get the chess set out? How does a blind girl play chess? Hanako's voice seems less tense when she is directly addressing Lily. Yes, I'll make tea while you sort the pieces. I can do that for you if you'd like. She ponders the offer for a moment before smiling, confirming that I've made the right choice. Her face is remarkably easy to read. Even though she can't read mine. Because she's blind. Very well, thank you. There we go. She can't see nothing. She slides her retracted cane into the handle of her bag and sets it against one of the table legs before taking a seat opposite Hanako. As I prepare tea for the three of us, I can hear the small wooden pieces being set on the board. I wonder how good Lily is at chess given their circumstances. By the time I place the steaming teacups on the table, Lily and Hanako have already moved their first pieces as they nibble on sandwiches and rice balls from their respective bags. Of course it was rice balls! Of course it was going to be fucking rice balls. Oh dear. Of course it was, because Japan. Yeah! Not the soundbite I was looking for, but still, it'll do. Where is it? Oh shit, I lost it. Fuck it, never mind. I know, it was school shooting. Oh dear. I'll give you some balls to nibble on. I note that the chessboard they're using has holes in the middle for each square and pegs on the bottom of the pieces, and has such dark and it has each dark square slightly raised. It's blind chess. Watching Lily's fingers skate over the board, tracing out the positions of the pieces, makes me marvel a little at the simple ingenuity of the design. It must be specifically made for blind players. There you go. Hanako gives a small nod, and I put down the cup next to her side of the board. Lily's hand ventures sideways slightly, so I gently place the cup touching the tips of her fingers, a gesture she seems to appreciate. Yes, touch waifu hand. I finally take a seat and silently sip my tea as the two play. The contrast in their appearances while playing is interesting to watch. You rarely get to see Hisao in the game, but there he is, just sitting there being an idiot. Hanako looks closely at the board, her face one of focused concentration. Lily, on the other hand, keeps her head level and maintains her calm neutrality. Oh, is that what you call it? Lily's gentle voice addresses both of us as she continues to play. How is class now the festival's over? I look to Hanako to see whether she'll answer first, but see that she's doing the same. Not great. Half the class seems to be dozing off, even including the teacher, not to mention a test on top of all that. Hanako quietly adds her own agreement with this. I could imagine that being a bit difficult for you, being a transfer student. Well, I think I did fine, other than the shock of a test coming so early. Science is probably my best subject. How'd you do, Hanako? Me? Okay, I guess. Hanako's too sincere to be able to pull off lying very well. That much is obvious. Lily's smile slips very slightly from her reaction. Hanako mustn't be skilled enough at academics to do very well without preparation. Plus she has a burnt face. That probably doesn't help. How did your class handle it, Lily? Well, it went surprisingly well, actually. Only one student was absent, which was better than what the teacher expected. With the topic all but run dry, the two concentrate on their chess game once again. Is one of them going to get their top off or what? This is such a slow burn. Speaking of burn, wow! We did it! Yeah! Oh, God, don't say burn in her presence. She'll be very unhappy. Don't do it. I can't say I've ever liked the idea of chess as a spectator sport, but given its unique nature, for once I'm wrapped in watching the game unfold. What the fuck is going on? As time wears on, both of them demonstrate decent skill at playing the game, having captured 2 more pawns than Hanako. Lily has the upper hand, but only slightly. Until Hanako makes a strange move with her queen. Seizing upon this lapse in judgment, Lily takes the piece with her knight. Without hesitation, Hanako moves a pawn to take Lily's rook on the opposite side of the board and promotes it to queen. Lily's face falters as her fingers move over the pieces, and she realizes that she just fell into Hanako's trap. It's a little distracting to have the board traced out after each move, even if it's out of necessity. Oh, hello there, Shma. How you doing? Meowdy. How's it going? Oh, you missed my burnt face joke. It's great. But welcome to the Super Sexy Valentine's Day stream of 2025. It's real.
Oh, yeah!
I just woke up. Oh, my God. Well, good morning. Shout out. Shit. There we go. I think this works. There we go. Boom. There we go. There's a shout out. You get a shout out. There we go. Good shit. There we go. Oh, there we go. That's Shma. Follow her channel. I don't watch a lot of VTubers, but she's pretty great.
Great ass!
Thank you, Al Pacino. there's that. Oh, goodness me. I've got so many of these today, it's not even funny. Booby. Oh, I haven't played this today. Oh, that could come in handy for this game, maybe.
Scissor me timbers!
Oh, dear. I'm glad you're live. I needed a certain redemption. A certain redemption? Oh, dear, what is it? What is it? Oh, my God. You're going to redeem something. Oh, dear, what is it? Tell me how sexy I am. Really? You want to redeem that? Well, I guess it's fitting for this stream, I suppose. Alright, let's get some tunes going then. I got something. Game doesn't have any music sometimes. Alright. There we go. That's the best you got. Hey, wait. Careless Whisper. There we go. Oh no, that's the automaton one. Never mind. Fuck it. There's that. Sure. Alright, fucking hell. There we go. I'll play that one instead. There we go. So let's see. Redemption. Oh, I have to do it first before I actually complete it. I can't mark it as complete unless I do it. That's against the law. There we go. So, yes, Shma is incredibly sexually gratifying in only a way that a VTuber can be. She's got the cat ears and the cat paws. You can't ask for more than that. I mean, a VTuber cat girl is just the finest of fine times. Of all the cat girls on the internet, she is absolutely one of them, and incredibly sexy. That's about it. I think that's the best I got. It's fucking terrible, but I'll take. There you go. There we go, I'll complete that. Oh, one would think you'd be saving up all them channel points for something a bit more useful. There's so many things. There's so many things you could be spending them on instead of that. Like, let's see, what's a good one? What's a good one? No, you're right, there's not really a whole lot. I mean, there's this. Why not?
Yeah, boy.
There we go. Thank you, Joe. We were joking about how some of the socials hate two-piece outfits. And I was like, Joe, would you tell me I'm sexy? Wait, some of the socials hate two-piece outfits. Why? That doesn't even make sense. Why do they have a problem with that? What is going on? Oh, do they just outright ban it or what? Some social media sites are so fucking stupid. What are you supposed to do? Oh dear. That is just the worst. They think it's too sexual. Well, that's the point, isn't it? It's fucking idiots. Well, you know what I always say?
It's called hentai, and it's art.
They didn't even like my Christmas one. Oh, the Christmas one was so great, though. Oh, dear. The Christmas one was so great. Oh, that's... I completely forgot I had the Dracula Flow one as well. All social media sites are dumb, in my opinion. They are, really, aren't they?
Shorty looked so good, I used her piss as crab boil.
I've got a lot of stuff here today, let's just say. Oh dear, I got a lot of stuff. And you know what? We even had some games where people were talking about, they were talking about conspiracy theories and like WikiLeaks and shit. So I even got the chance to break out the Alex Jones, which I always love doing.
Listen, fuckhead, you have fucking crossed the line. Get that through your goddamn fucking head.
I love it. Oh god, what haven't I played today? What haven't I played? Body massage.
Who wants a body massage?
Oh no, I think I did play that one, but still. Yeah, I think we've played all of them, maybe. Oh, I'm getting ready for this one if one of the waifus gives me any lip. So I guess I'll turn the music off, and there we go. See, I knew you'd think so, too. Oh, fucking social media sites. What are you supposed to do? I mean, I ain't no Goonagate pro guy, but I'll tell you right now, waifu is not too shabby, I think, most of the time. But, you know, sometimes unsexy games are great too. Like Deus Ex is like the least attractive game of all time. And it's fantastic, and I got to stream it one of these days. Oh, jeez. But I guess I got to get back to cripple waifu again. TikTok is bad for it. Gave them all my shorts and an ugly Christmas sweater. The pee-pee pooper Christmas. Oh, yeah, I remember that Christmas one. Oh, God. Are you familiar with Katawa Shoujo by any chance? It's about cripple waifus, and you can't turn... Even if you turn off the disabled scenes, it doesn't matter, because all the sex scenes are disabled anyway. Yay! Oh, that's just great. That's fantastic. I love it. That's just too good. Ow. All right. Anyway, let's get back to cripple waifu. So I'm trying to go on the route of blind girl on the left there because you know, I mean, look at her. She's a 10. And she's good friends with girl on the right, who is like basically like a Two-Face situation. Half her face is burnt. So, oh dear. So insert burn jokes here. I've been doing it all day, actually. I've been doing it all day. Oh, Lily's face falters as her fingers move over the pieces, and she realizes that she just fell into Hanako's trap. Don't mention trap in this game. I'm going to start doubting all the waifus. It's a little distracting to have the board traced out after each move, even if it's out of necessity. Judging by Hanako's lack of reaction, she must be used to this. She and Lily must have played at least a few games of chess against each other after all. Check. Oh, that's not bad at all. Nice, Hanako. Hey, I thought we were into her, not her. Fucking hell. The compliment causes her to flower into a surprise blush. Yeah, you're so in for a threesome. This is great. Just have both of them, why not? Sure, one's a little crispy on one side, but, you know, it's alright. It's those little things that keep a guy interested. Oh dear, I love it.
Sweet Ken. Oh,
for Christ's sake. Thank you. I didn't think it would work. Oh, I look over to Lily, her fingers having just finished tracing out the position of her remaining pieces in an attempt to extricate her king from this bind. Oh yeah, you also missed the tentacles. Hang on, where's that? There we go. Finger tentacles. You missed the finger tentacles. That was great. You can get finger tentacles. That's very suggestive. Finger tentacles. Oh dearie me. Why does it exist? Why does it exist? Oh Christ, have I got hentai? No. Well, I got this.
Hentai is brilliant, yes.
Yes, it is. I somehow have lost Kana. Have I lost Kana? Kana's great. Oh, no, that's not it. I lost my Kana hentai. How come I lost my Kana hentai? I need it. Hentai! Oh, goodness me. I'm pretty sure that's a real product as well, so, suffice to say, I'm upset. Alright, she just finished tracing out the position of her remaining pieces in an attempt to extricate her king from this bind. Oh no. I think this is checkmate. I think we're buggered. I take another look at the board to confirm. Sure enough, her king has nowhere to escape without being threatened by another piece. My earlier question as to which of them is better at this has just been answered. Best girl on the right there. What are you talking about? We're going after this one. She's best girl, because she's sexy. Why would you want bird face girl? Jesus Christ. So it is. She's just right. I would say a little overdone, but sure. Lily gives a small sigh as Hanako smiles from their reactions. This seems like a fairly usual result. So I could never date a girl like this. I would constantly be making fire jokes. Oh dear. I'll tell you right now, you certainly ignite my passions, Hanako. You haven't done her route, so you don't know. I don't need to know. I don't want a burnt waifu. I want an uncooked waifu, thanks. I like my girls rare, and I don't care. Jesus Christ. Oh, God. Just the right amount of heat. Jesus Christ. Alright, from their reactions, this seems like a fairly usual result. I was fully expecting Lily to win that one, because, you know, it would just make so much more sense if the blind girl won. Because it's like, I may be blind, but I'm good at chess. But no, apparently she's shit. And Narco's really good. How long have you two been playing? Since I was young. In the house, during the house fire, maybe? Lily nods at Hanako's brief answer. Hanako taught me how to play soon after I met her. I can beat her every now and then, but that's a rarity. I don't seem to have the right mindset for it. That's surprising. That's kind of surprising. If Lily came to Yamako at the start of high school and met Hanako when she moved to the dorms, that'd mean she's only been playing for about 1 year. After seeing Hanako's level of play, I'm not too surprised Lily has trouble beating her. But she's better at languages than I am, so... Lily gives an appreciative, if slightly amused smile at Hanako's quick reversal of her compliment. I swear to God, if we don't get her in bed in this stream, I'm going to be very upset. Well, that's how it is. Much to everyone's surprise, the bell suddenly rings, heralding an end to the lunch break. Oh God, we're only at lunch. Oh God, we're only at lunch. What do we do? It's not like Hatterful Boyfriend where you can play it in one stream. That game lasted longer than I thought it did. Same, I guess we'd better get back to class. Get your ass to class, son. Hanako's already in the middle of packing up, so I take Lily's bag and offer it to her. To my surprise, she takes it and nods, but then places it back down on the table. There we go, all good. Hisao, may I make a request? Sure, go ahead. Would you mind if I were to quickly feel your face? We are so fucking in there. You realize that? We are fucking in there, everybody. It's great.
Oh, yeah.
We are in there. Let her feel your face. Oh, no, go ahead. I don't mind. I thought we were already dating. There was that cutscene at the end of last year's stream of this. The question takes me severely off guard, but once again I regain my composure. It seems sensible enough. So far, Lily's had no idea what I actually look like, and this would be her only way to find out. I've never dated a blind girl before. I've never done that, but I feel like it's something that you could easily exploit, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, I look like Quasimodo, but it doesn't matter because she's blind, she can't tell. I can also lock her in the basement, she'll have no way of getting out. Just thinking of ideas. Oh, there she is. Yeah, touch my face. There we go, that's good. We did it, we win. Oh, fan-fucking-tastic. This is good. Lily raises her right hand, which I take in mine and guide to my face before letting go. This is great. This is fantastic. Nut. Yay. Head pats. I love it. Oh, there's a reason most fans consider Hanako best girl. Why, does she give excellent head or something? What the fuck? Alright. There we go. The room is entirely silent as Lily's hand moves over and around my features, from my chin to my cheeks to everywhere else. Come on, take your hand down a little, do it. I expected this to feel a lot more disquieting than it does. I suppose that's because the action is entirely a matter of practicality, being functionally no different to simply looking at someone's face. Oh yeah, but she's top waifu though. In the not safe for work route, yes. Oh my god, yes! Yay! Oh, she gives me a gummer. Her hand is soft, but what takes me by surprise is the length of her fingers. Yeah, I love long, slender girl hands. Those are the best. Not to mention how sure even the slightest of her movements are. I have no doubt that her level of tactile feeling would be far beyond mine. Hell yeah. Don't ever lose your hands, waifu. Her hand briefly runs through my hair before retreating. I'm sure that every inch of my face has been committed to her memory. It's only now, too, that I realize Hanako has been silently watching the entire time. Oh my god, she's probably getting really hot. This is sexy. Go on. Go on, let's get a threesome going. At least I can have fun with half of it. Why not? I called her it as well. Lol. Thank you for letting me do that, Hisao. Oh, anytime. And if I might add, I think you are quite handsome. Yes, we are so fucking in there. I love it. Thank you, God.
Thank you, God!
Oh, we did. We win. We have won the game. Best girl thinks we're the best.
Bitch!
Alright, I blush a little at her remark before raising a questioning eyebrow. But if you can't see how, what? Just because I can't see, that doesn't mean I don't have my own preferences. I like the ridge of your eyebrow. We better go now. I made her all grumpy. There we go. Yeah, that's a good point. I guess we'll see you later then, Lily. Bye. Walking through the hallways back to our classrooms, I noticed that Hanako seems quieter than before, but also more comfortable, I guess? I missed the part where I give a shit. Lily, her hand on Hanako's shoulder, seems to pick up her assured pace as well, smiling as they walk. If I could spend the rest of my time at Yamaku like this, I don't think it'd be so bad. All that's needed for joy are small exchanges of happiness, after all. Alright, Dalai Lama, let's just get back to fucking class. As I reach my desk and set my bag beside it, I realize something. Or rather, my stomach does. I was so busy with those two, I forgot to buy lunch. Oh man. Women ruin everything. Now I haven't eaten anything. Oh my god, what's this? Chapter 14, or whatever the fuck we're on now, because this game goes on forever. I know I was killed by Kenji, or whatever his name is. Saturday, my second most favourite day of the week. Why second most? That doesn't make any sense. What's going on? Oh, just about everyone hates the girl from the beginning of the game. Oh yeah, the girl who gave me a heart attack in the first place because she was so hot. Yeah, I remember that. Oh, I gotta go to sleep now. Bitches leave.
Bitches leave.
There we go. Oh dear, I was dreaming of waifus in my head, and also of the goblin scale, which is very important to keep in mind.
Because we're going to have a new scale here. I'm actually going to have it made digitally where it's on a scale of goblin.
It's on a scale of goblin, okay? You have to understand that's where we're going here. I don't think there are any goblins in this game, so we can't, like, goblin max this, unfortunately. There's no orc porn option in this, but, you know, that'd be great. Has anyone seen that, by the way? There's the Boston orc porn guy. I forgot what he's called. Hang on, I can't play it on stream because there's plenty of gamer words in there. But let's see, Boston orc porn. See if that works. Here we go. What's it called? No, I appear to have lost it. That's a pity. I thought for sure I'd gotten something. Don't know. Finally done with work. What game is this? Oh, this is, we're back with Katawa Shoujo. I'm gonna get a crippled bitch before the end of the day, I hope. Where is it? Let's see. Boston Orc guy. Oh, there we go. South Boston Orc content. I'm just gonna link this in the chat. But I can't play it on stream because reasons. But oh my god, is it ever worth it? Oh my god, is this worth the fucking trouble? There we go. There you go. You can watch that one at your leisure. My god, it's a fun time. Oh dear. All right, back to it though. Saturday, my second most favorite day of the week. This is almost entirely due to the fact that it is the day with the second least amount of school, with class ending at the beginning of lunch. You've got fucking school on a Saturday in this place? What kind of madhouse is this? It's not just cripples, it's also fucking unethical. School on a Sunday. What the fuck is this? Ooh, sexy time. Is this a hentai by any chance? It is! Sadly, I have to turn off the hentai scenes, but they exist. I think you can see them online. Are they online? If they're online, post them in the chat. I don't care. You won't get banned. It's all good. This is almost entirely due to the fact that it is the day with the second least amount of school. Bloody hell. Yeah, and unfortunately the saves don't, my current saves don't work on the Steam version, so we have to continue to play the non-Steam version, but I don't think there's any real difference. That fucked me up the first time I played Persona. Japan has school on a Saturday.
That's no good.
That's no good. Boo, you suck. No hentai scenes. Fuck you, Twitch, you're no good. Have I got that? No, I got boobies.
Boobies.
There we go, I got that. But I've also got boo. There we go. There it is. It's right here. We'll go with that.
Boo! You suck!
That's the one. Alrighty. I open my door confidently. Apparently. Myself being more confident of being able to get enjoyment out of the fine weather and shorter class length. I swear to God, if I run into Mr. QAnon again, I'm going to be very upset. He fucking killed me last time. I confidently stride down the hallway and down the stairs to the lobby of the male dorms. I confidently look behind me to see whose footsteps are approaching. Oh, who else would it be? I lose my confidence in this day being enjoyable. It's Kenji. Hey man, sup? Not much, I guess. Just looking forward to the afternoon, you. If you fucking kill me again, I'm going to be very upset. Hey, Twitch, make an 18+ stream for sexy stuff. Yeah, they'll never do that, unfortunately. It's kind of ridiculous. I've been looking for a place to stream all that bad stuff for a while now. Well, a place where I can stream and also keep the stream afterwards, and I've not found a site that does that yet. On Twitch you can keep your stuff, on YouTube you can keep your stuff, but both of those sites don't like the waifu puss, so what am I supposed to do? And then there's joystick.com, but it doesn't save your streams afterwards, sadly. He wraps an arm around my slumped shoulders far too comfortably. Something's up. Oh, what's happening? Let's step outside, shall we? Oh, he's gonna fucking kill me again. I was just about to before you stopped me. God damn it, he doesn't take my reaction to his theatrics well, ignoring him. I walk outside and start down the steps. I keep telling him to do 18 plus stuff on the hub, but he just won't. Yeah, I don't think Pornhub is really the right place for it. I don't know if it's, yeah, it's probably not really all that doable. Oh, hang on a sec, I'm just gonna try and do something with my mic. Hang on, I'll disappear for a second. And we're back. There we go. I don't think it made any difference, sadly. Oh well, what are you gonna do? Alright, let's start down the steps. It doesn't take too long for him to catch up with me again. I wonder if he wants money, or to rant about another conspiracy. Maybe both. He wants to talk to me about the orc porn again. Fucking hell, typical. Or maybe we're gonna talk about goblins, the goblin scale again. You know, fascinating topic. I mean, it's definitely for me.
Goblins, is it charging into a goblin's nest? Hacking them to pieces? Or is it just going, around the goblins? Is it kissing goblins, even though you still stab them, you give them a kiss? Or is it catching them in bed with a goblin? And then the final scale, gonna have babies with a goblin.
Babies with a goblin. It doesn't take too long for him to catch up with me again. I wonder if he wants money or to rant about another conspiracy. Maybe both. I got a bone to pick with you. It's about that blonde. You know who I'm talking about. Conspiracy it is. For a moment I contemplate feigning ignorance, but realize this will go quicker if I just let him get it all out. Fuck you, Kenji. Hopefully I can find a place to stream. I know, that would be great. I watched a nude mod of Resident Evil 2. Don't worry, Sherry isn't nude, she got a zombie mod on her only. Oh jeez, yeah, Nexus may be full of degeneracy, but they're not ready for pedophilia just yet. Give it another 5 or 10 years, don't worry, I'm sure you'll see it though. Alright, yeah, let's just let him vent this shit out. Lily, the one from your class? You're on first name terms with her? He looks positively shocked at this development. Did he not expect me to be able to answer? I love his fucking Gryffindor scarf here, great shit. He gathers himself and coughs into his fist, dramatically, like everything he does. Well, never mind that, I'm here to warn you. You know, man to man. Warn me about what, Lily? Yeah, you don't know her, man. It's mostly true, I've only known her in Arco for less than 2 weeks, and even then we've just been exchanging banal chatter about schools as we while away lunch. Alright, I'm pretty sure you don't either, but that's not the point. You're the one spending inordinate amounts of time with her. It distresses me that someone like Kenji, who's probably as far out of the loop as one could possibly get, knows about such a trivial fact as who I choose to befriend. Oh dear, I don't mind seeing nude Resident Evil 6 Sherry, she's 27 in that. Yeah, that's definitely A-okay. Dude, you kill me off in a different timeline, fuck off, I know! You fucking pushed me off a bloody roof. Then again, I'm a transfer student, and she's not only the representative of their class, but also a tall blonde. Yes! Which makes her best girl. Maybe I should appreciate this ranting as a warning that the rumor mill exists in this school and that I'm firmly within it. Yeah, finally people are going to be thinking of me as a god in this school. It's only a matter of time. It's just lunch, nothing special. Look man, under the bridge, see this bridge? You're under it. A man's gotta do what a man's gotta do to get intel. I just want to make sure you don't end up too far under the bridge. You're losing me, Kenji. That's okay, lots of people get lost. That's why I'm here to help. Just be careful around her, okay? She looks all harmless on the outside, but I've heard shit. Bad shit. Fucking hell, she's blind. What's the worst thing she could do to me? If shit goes down, all I have to do is just creep away from her at a brisk pace. You know the student council, right? He seems to involuntarily shudder as he says the words. Putting him and Shizune together in a room is an amusing mental exercise. I wonder if they've met. Yeah, Shizune and Misha are in my class. I seem to have dodged the draft, though. Good man, good. Good man. But the blonde? She was there, in the student council. Right damn there. I see. And? She's not there now. Huh? Seriously, think about it. Something must have gone down. I stopped walking for a moment, giving the idea more thought than I probably should. It would explain that fight the two had, at least in part. Wait, no, not really. Even leaving the student council would need a catalyst. In the end, it doesn't explain much at all, other than the fact that their feud goes back some ways. I guess you have a point. I'm not seeing how that really affects me, though. Okay, now feel this one. Lily's foreign, obviously. Obviously. Now, what nationality is she? I open my mouth to give the answer, but realize that I have none. In fact, I've given the matter very little thought. Given that she has no accent and acts perfectly Japanese, I suppose it never really seemed important. Now that he mentions it, though, I am rather curious. To be honest, I don't know. Maybe English? They like tea. I probably shouldn't resort to stereotypes, but that's the only lead I have. You're not thinking. Luckily, you have me here to think for you. Gee, thanks. He brushes off the quip effortlessly. Now, answer me this. Who has lots of social power, is filthy stinking rich? You know, blondes are all rich, right? And has a long history of disputes and used to belong to a much larger organization. The Roman Catholic Church? Well, okay, there's that. But there's also the Mafia. Come on, rich, foreign, there's no way she doesn't have connections to them. I have reason to doubt the logic of his deductions, but he shows no sign of stopping. Oh, for Christ's sake. So, do you know where I think she's from? Italy? Mainland Italy's small time, dude. She has to be from Sicily. All those mafioso types come from there. Wait, no, Russia. Damn, this could be bad. The Mafia there is serious business, man. Ex-KGB everywhere. Paramilitaries, hardcore smuggling, and... Wait, stop. Just slow down a sec. What point are you trying to get at here? You don't know what she'll do, man. I won't get in your way. Agents don't operate like that, but I just want you to be careful. When the time comes, we'll need all the help we can get. Don't want to lose you, comrade. Fuck off. Well, at least she's concerned for me, kind of. Well, at least he's concerned for me, kind of. I wave goodbye to him as we separate out to our respective classes, but I'm not sure that he sees the gesture. Oh, well, at least he fucks off nice and quick. Piling my books into my bag, I catch a glimpse of the library books I'd borrowed last week. Might as well return them, considering that they took all of 2 days to finish. I briefly considered inviting Anako along to the library, but she's already gone. It'd probably be better for my studying if I'm alone anyway. With a quick stretch and a wave to a couple of classmates who give the same to me, I make my way out of the classroom. Alright, things are going well so far. As I open my bag and shove the books through the return slot on the front counter, I notice a strange person behind the desk. Old and greying. She must be Yuko's replacement when she's working at the cafe. I begin looking for a free table, a task made somewhat difficult, consider that despite there not being many students in here, they're all sitting at their own tables. Noticing a familiar head of hair, I walk over to one near the Braille section. Of course, it's Blind Girl. It's hard to tell whether Lily's concentrating hard or not, her placid expression holding perfectly still as her finger slides across the dot-filled pages of her book. I was going to say something, but it's very inappropriate, so why wouldn't I say it then? I know some Braille you can read. It's called my ballsack. No, that's just dumb. That's just dumb is what that is.
Ridiculous.
Oh, hi, mind if I sit here? Look, it's the best I've got. Oh, no problem at all. She trails off, evidently still focused in her business at hand. I mean, she is physically blind, but I'm obviously morally blind. Oh, I think I got the better end of the deal, though. Ah, Hisao. Oh. She gives a nod of greeting as I sit opposite her at the table, pluck a chemistry textbook out of my bag, and quickly thumb to the chapter we're covering in class. For a while, we sit there and read, each in our own way, of course. Seeing her reminds me of what Kenji said this morning, though. That and the fact that I've never seen someone read in Braille before makes me keep throwing glances at her. I kind of feel guilty about it, given that she has no way to realize I'm doing so I decide to just ask her about it. Her lineage isn't exactly a state secret after all, and there's another thing that I've just noticed from her movements. Hey Lily, mind if I ask a question? Not at all, is anything wrong? I was just wondering, you're at least part foreign, right? She gives a small giggle before setting down her book. I've always been amused at how squeamish people are about that. Aka has mentioned how much she and I look different from most others before. She's foreign, fuck's sake. The details are a bit complicated, but I'm half Japanese, half Scottish. Ah, it's a waifu! I knew it, that she is best girl all the time. Not only is she one part Japanese, but she's the other part that has the best accent for saying the word waifu. Waifu! Oh, I'm going to find some things to do with this waifu this afternoon. Oh, fuck off. Scottish. That's not exactly my first guess. Takes some effort to not blurt it out loud. I try to conjure images of the place in mind. I think as far as the UK goes, Scotland isn't bad to live in, but I'm not really sure how to tell that to a Scottish person. In fact, finally, we've got use for this soundbite. My God, I'm having a great day. Here we go. Yes, let's bring out Ewan McGregor. Finally, we get to use this one.
It's shite being Scottish!
Yes! Finally, I get a use for that. It's great. Although we used it last year with the Phantom Menace stream. It's shite being Scottish. I'm not really sure. My first guess of England was surprisingly close, at least geographically. That does leave another question, though. But you have no accent. That's where the details begin. I was born and raised in Japan despite my mother being foreign. Aye, I see your mother is a waifu then. Bagpipes. The worst instrument in the world. I get it. Hold on, if she moved to the dorm simply due to Akira working longer hours, so they don't live near the school? She gives a small sigh as if she didn't expect me to go any deeper. Was her previous frankness just a front? Not exactly. It's been a long time since we've actually met. I feel like I'm not getting the whole story, but I don't really want to go unduly prying into her situation. Her about face shows she feels kind of awkward about it. Oh, maybe her parents live in like a Scottish castle. So, do you speak much English? To be honest, I don't know that much about Scotland, but well, at least I know that's the main language here. No, I don't speak English. Fuck the English. It takes her a moment to collect herself, appreciating the change in topic. That's right, my family mostly used Japanese around the house when I was young, but they made sure Akira and I knew our Scottish side just as well. I'm fluent in language, but also studying it in school to keep my skills up and have the qualifications on paper, mainly. So you're bilingual, that's pretty impressive. I wouldn't go that far. Having parents who can speak the language is a large advantage, and English books in Braille aren't too hard to buy or import, with Yuko's help at least. There's a relatively high demand for local English teachers here anyway, which also gives me some motivation to learn it well. Demand for English teachers? For a moment I wonder why she brought this up. You're planning to be an English teacher? She gives an enthusiastic nod. It must be nice having such a definite future in mind. I've never really given much thought to mine, so I'm kind of envious. What's wrong? It's just I could see you as a teacher pretty easily. It suits you. You've got that mum energy about you, it's great. For a moment she's speechless. She lowers her face a little and lets out a nervous giggle, something I've never seen her do before. Where Lily's role as a class representative and her dependable nature, teaching does seem to be a line of work fitting her personality. Although she can't see, so students could do all kinds of horrible things like hide a tack on her chair. Sorry, that was probably a little much. It is true, though. Waving her hand in front of her face dismissively, she quickly recovers. It's not that, it's just that only one person's ever said that to me before. A short, awkward silence follows the discussion. Without knowing it, I ended up steering into a troublesome topic again. We fucked it. Should I try and cheer her up a little? It was me who went and got her brooding after all. Wanna go grab lunch at the cafeteria after this? You want to make out? It might perk her up a bit, or at least take her mind off her apparently complicated family situation. Oh, going by a smile, it seems to have the intended effect. Alright, there we go, we're good. I appreciate the thought, but the food there... Quite a quick redirection of the conversation. She does have a point, though. The food there isn't the greatest. Maybe the Shanghai? We could ask Hanako if she wants to come as well. What is it? I almost forgot until you reminded me. Hanako's birthday is coming up soon, and I was going to go shopping in the city for a present tomorrow. If that's an invitation, I'd be happy to accompany you. The ability to get more used to the layout of the city would probably be a good thing. I barely set foot in there, so I'd be hopelessly lost by myself. Hopefully she knows how to get around, despite not being able to see. She gives a nod, signaling that she happily approves of this plan for Sunday. Sunday! Alright, here we go. That's the fun day. We eventually get back to our books, though before I begin reading again, I steal one last glance at her. You know you could basically just look at her tits all day and she wouldn't even notice, right? That's why she's best girl. You could just have a conversation with her tits. You can just do that. Maybe I've been thinking on my situation too much. After all, everybody here would have their own unique circumstances. The chance to get outside and clear my head would probably do me good. Oh dear. Oh. And welcome to chapter 4,009,012. Oh, Jesus Christ. This game doesn't want to end. Also on a Narcos route, you get to see a bit more of one-handed girl. Oh yeah, she's like a rarity, isn't she? Bored of standing in place and watching the television in a shop window, I pull myself away from the tacky display with little effort. After living at Yamako, the city seems like an entirely different world. No running in the halls, calm and orderly conduct is to be used at all times in the classrooms, student are to exit rooms after checking both directions for oncomers, elevators are reserved for movement-impaired students, single file on stairs, don't look at the blind girl's tits for too long. Since she isn't the main character, yes. Compared to such strict, almost regimental standards, the city's shopping arcade might as well be a strange country. While the school may have its fair share of hustle and bustle during the festival, the outside world is much different. It's strange. Having lived in a metropolitan city before my accident, it should feel more natural than Yamako and the surrounding town ever could. Yet it feels foreign somehow. The elevated walkways and tall buildings, each adorned with billboards taller than any 3 people, don't do anything to distract me from the passing crowd's reactions. Oh shit, new outfit. Oh, she is best girl. Lily keeps one hand on my shoulder and the other holding her cane, which taps the ground with a metronome-like steadiness. Looking over to her, that neutral smile of hers still holds. Having only seen her in school uniform, I'd not have recognized her as she sat on a bench waiting for me to come, if not for a cane propped against it and her distinctive hair. Jesus Christ, good thing she's in Japan. She doesn't have to worry about being taken advantage of for being blind. Could you imagine what it'd be like living in, I don't know, anywhere, Portland, Oregon, and being blind? I mean, yeah, have fun getting raped. Jesus Christ. Everyone has alternate outfits. Oh my god. Accessorize your waifus. It's the best part of any game. Alright, I can't tell whether they're glancing at her due to her height, her foreign looks, her obvious blindness, or all 3. Not that any of those would make the situation any less comfortable than it is. Oh, man up. No one gives a shit. They're probably noticing how hot she is and why she ended up with you. There you go. Do you have any ideas of where to look first, Hisao? A soft voice breaks me out of my line of thought. I can't imagine that she's failing to notice the attention she garners, but she seems unfazed by it. I get the feeling she's the type to enjoy walking outside, so she might be used to it by now. There we go. Oh, Rin is expected. What's Rin's outfit? Of course. Overalls and art overalls, of course. Hang on, where's the biggie? There we go. There's Rin. There's Rin, she has no arms. She can do air drums, though. Oh dear, she can play the air drums. Oh, Jesus Christ. She's also underage, so we're in trouble. I mean, that's everyone in this game, right? So I suppose you just keep him up all day. Oh dear. Oh, Chris Hansen, why can't you just let us have some fun for once? Oh dear. She must be used to it by now. There we go. Not really. This is the first time in the city, so I've got no idea of where to go. She furrows her brow in thought, planning a route for us to take, and, come to think of it, a way to communicate it. Something I'd noticed in the time that I've been with her is how, when in deep thought, she lacks close to any form of body language to show it. Which you'd think would be kind of a problem for a blind girl. Her expression may change, but not a hint of movement shows. She seems to have little in the way of sweeping physical gestures in general, though, so I've assumed it's part of her reserved nature. Is there a large electronics store near here? I take a quick look around, mostly finding clothing stores. After a few seconds, I notice a store with a bright blue sign some distance away that fits her description. There we go. Yep, just a bit ahead of us. Should we go in that direction? Well, nobody has to get going. Have a good one there, nobody. I'll see you soon, hopefully. Waifus ahoy, though. Should we go in that direction? Thankfully, it's just the information she needed. With a nod, we start off and head toward Lily's unknown destination, landmarks being our guide. I was kind of hoping that I was like, hey, let's go in that direction, I point, realizing that it's a stupid fucking thing to do and she's not going to see it. Here you go, 1 vanilla, 1 chocolate. Okay. Which one of them ordered the vanilla, do you think? I hope it's Lily, because that's a girl of culture. Not just a plainy Jane who orders the chocolate and also is unconcerned with her girlish figure. Because, you know, you got to take that into account. Got to take that into account, because, you know.
Women.
Oh, dear, you definitely do. Holy shit. Oh, hang on. I moved my thing out of the way. There we go. Go back. There we go. Oh, God, I really wish I hadn't done that now. There we go. All good. Oh, I wonder if there's anime girl spit flavor ice cream. Remember that old meme? Here you go, 1 vanilla, 1 chocolate. Right, I hand the money over the counter and take the cones to the railing that Lily is sitting on. Meanwhile, she's chatting with some guy. I can't believe I let her trick me like this. She not only led me to an ice cream store, but also got me to buy her some. Oh, well, at least she gave me the money for hers. Well, shit, what the fuck are you complaining about then, Hiseo, you prick? Sure enough, she's patiently waiting where I'd left her. I guess she was planning on making the day an event rather than a simple shopping trip. Hell yeah. I call out to her and slowly place the vanilla cone in her outstretched hands, being careful to make sure she has a good hold of it before letting go. At least her tastes are fairly normal. I was worried she'd ask for some weird flavor when she first asked. Why would that be a fucking problem? Just get the waifu the flavor she wants so it doesn't fucking affect you. What the fuck is wrong with you, you piece of shit?
Oh, shut up, silly woman.
See, even Donald Trump is calling you a bitch, Hiseo. Bloody hell. Alright. Who cares if she wants boysenberry twist, you fucking cuckold? Here's the change. It's okay, keep it. We've played several games today where the male character is just the absolute fucking worst thing. I moved to protest, but realised the futility of doing so over such a small amount. I slipped the coin into my pocket, supplementing my meagre allowance ever so slightly. Lily shows no sign of wanting to get up, so I take a seat beside her and start eating my own ice cream. The summer weather's nice, hopefully it'll hold out for a while. Oh god, I wish I had Japan summer instead of Australia's summer. Fuck, it's too hot. You too? I'm beginning to think I'm the only person who prefers winter. I contemplate a statement for a long moment. Why? Why is that worth thinking about? Yeah, I think you might be. It draws the intended reaction. She's cute when she's pouting. Oh, that's a pout, is it? Yeah, I suppose it is. Still, I can't really imagine what's so good about winter. You can't go out without bundling up and you still freeze anyway. I used to live further north where there'd be plenty of snow to play in, so it's a little nostalgic. I don't like the heat very much either. She really is best girl. At least you can wear her skirt, so don't complain about that. She gives an amused giggle as we both get back to finishing off our already melting cones. Oh no, melted ice cream is the worst, especially if it's like the Reese's peanut butter ice cream. I idly sit and watch the crowds going by as we eat, catching bits and pieces of conversation. Looking to Lily, I see her dutifully licking her ice cream from the top downwards, blissfully unaware of the fact that it's beginning to melt. Oh god, that's hot. God, why is Lily so fucking sexy? It's melting. Where? Down a bit? She lowers her mouth from the top of the cone, but has no idea of exactly where the ice cream's dripping. What follows is a game of guiding her left and right until she finally finds it. Oh my god, show a close-up of her licking the ice cream cone seductively, please. Please do it. Daddy needs some fucking water here. I'm dying of thirst. I'm dying of thirst. Give me a fucking drop here. This is ridiculous.
I fuck like it's for survival, as if it's the last sip of water I'll ever get.
Yeah, exactly. To any onlooker, it must seem absolutely bizarre. A girl with her eyes closed, turning her cone over and over as the guy next to her gives instructions. A strange variant of childhood blindfold games, maybe? Shouldn't be that fucking weird. In good time, we finally finish our treats and while away the time conversing casually. Caught mid-sentence, Lily perks her head in her trademark manner. It's an unmistakable sign that something's caught her attention. Ah, what is it? It's Akira, somewhere over there. I think I heard her. She's got like supersonic hearing, of course. I raise an eyebrow as I look in the direction she's facing, somewhat doubtful of her ability to pick out Akira's lone voice in the din. Sure enough, though, a blonde girl in a suit can be seen through the tiny gaps between people walking every which way. I raise a hand and wave, trying to catch her attention. Sato! Hey! Sato! For God's sake. She stops in her tracks and looks towards me, evidently noticing my calls. As she does, I notice someone walking beside her. Oh my god. Have we interrupted something? I can't get a good look at whoever it is, though, before the two begin walking towards where we are. There she is. It's business suit wife. As they reach us, Lily and I stand and dust ourselves off. Akira? Hey, you two. Oh, who else? Oh, it's another waifu. Oh my god. Why so many waifus? She nods towards me, a gesture which I quickly return. My gaze shifts towards the young girl next to her, and our eyes meet. As they do, Akira plops a hand into onto her head, a move which doesn't seem to faze her. Oh yes, we've encountered lesbians. This is great. I don't believe we've met. I'm Hideki. Pleased to meet you, Aseo. Oh my god, she knows me? A guy's name, huh? I guess I just dodged a bullet there. He bows somewhat, restrained by Akira's... Oh, that's a guy? For fuck's sake. Or you the... I don't know what's happening anymore. He bows somewhat, restrained by Akira's hand being on his head. What is this? Oh, Hideki's here too. Are you well? Akira's been taking very good care of me, thank you. Akira grins as if to affirm the point and rubs his head hard, dragging it around in a circular motion. His dreary face during this is somewhat amusing. What the fuck is going on here? This ain't right. Uncle's out on business again, so I'm just taking him around town for today. I'd have preferred to be spending the day on a date with my boyfriend, but... Hideki gives a cough to try and redirect Akira's thoughts. As he does so, though, I find mine wandering. They're related, and further as first cousins. I suppose that explains why she's taking care of him in any case. Come to think of it, Hideki, how did you know my name? Akira told me, being a Yamaku student, I suppose you're disabled in some way. I'm disabled. it's leg disabled. Not everyone in Yamaku is disabled. Which I only learned a handful of days ago. I give silent thanks to Shizune and Misha for their stream of information about how the school works. Because of them I found out that since the school will accept practically anybody suffering from non-mental disabilities, it doesn't discriminate against healthy people either. But fuck you if you're a crazy person, I guess. It seems unlikely that many in good health would enroll here though. While the standard of education is pretty high, it's extremely isolated and very much focused on helping disabled students. You're dodging the question. Oh, damn, he's sharp. Before I could say another word, though, he decides to take a stab at it himself. If I were to call it myself, your heart? Well, shit. How did he figure that out? Akira looks mildly curious at me, her interest piqued as well. That sure was a lucky guess. How did you, You show no missing limbs or deformities, so external disabilities are out. Considering the lack of any strange mannerisms, it's also unlikely to have any mental disability. But Yamaku doesn't take mentally disabled students. I know. Leaving that aside, the only possibility left is that of internal disabilities. I didn't know which one you might bear, so I guessed, correctly as it turns out, and your reaction confirmed my guess. Fuck you, child, I'm going to force your head into the nearest wall. More than a little bemused, I look to Akira. She grins and shrugs, obviously taking some enjoyment out of her partner's deductions. He's sharp, yes, but more than a little unsympathetic. Logical, but lacking in tact. His attitude reminds me of Shizune in a way, as do his looks. Yeah, he does look like a boy Shizune, which just makes me hate him even more. May I ask why you're staring at me? Surely I'm not that unusual a specimen. Oh, you are. You're certainly a unit, alright. Does he know how unusual he looks? I could overlook the spats and clothing as just being coincidental, but the ribbon in his hair it really is too much. Why the ribbon, son? What the fuck are you thinking? This is entirely beside the point, though. Sorry, you just remind me of someone. Akira gives a sharp jab with her elbow. Told you you're not that much different from her. Oh my god. He coughs into his hand and to try and maintain an upright and serious demeanor. I see you've met my sister then. Perhaps my full name might help you? I am Hideki Hakamichi. You are probably thinking my sister Shizune. Oh, yep, that's the one. Oh, so she's Shizune's brother. Okay. Wait a minute. If Hideki is the son of Akira's uncle, and Shizune is his sister, then that means Lily and Shizune's fathers are brothers-in-law? Therefore, Lily and Shizune are first cousins? Lily groans in an uncharacteristically unrestrained manner. The reaction earns an amused smirk from her sister. The enmity between the two just took on another meaning. I thought it's simply a matter of difficulty of communication between the two, but a family feud makes things much more complicated. Oh dear, you can choose your friends, but you can't choose your family. I don't know, you can use a chainsaw to that effect. She gives a half-hearted shrug. She mustn't have given it much weight to the two's conflict as I do. Well, that's how it is. What are you two up to anyway on this fine day? We're shopping for Hanako's birthday present. Yeah, and I'm also trying to get into her pants, but you know, that's a separate issue. The day will be coming up soon, so this is the last chance we'll have before school starts again for the week. Akira makes a strange face as if Lily had just said something that the sky wasn't blue and the clouds not white. Isn't her birthday on the 10th next month? Yes. Why? Is something wrong? Oh, she lied to make an excuse to take me outside. I get it now. Akira's face seems to collapse. It's an utterly unbefitting expression for someone so rowdy and headstrong. The folks didn't call you yet? As Lily shakes her head cluelessly, I look at Hideki to see if he knows anything about this. A simple shrug is his only answer. For a moment, Akira ponders what to do before smiling once again. The fact that she can hide her emotions so quickly and effectively is unsettling. Hey, Shorty, sorry, but can you hang with Hiseo for a little while? Oh, great, now I have to babysit the kid. He nods and waves her off, Akira placing an arm on Lily's shoulder as she guides her away and out of earshot. What the fuck is going on now? And so, I'm alone with Shorty. So, nice weather, isn't it? It seems so. If this turns into fucking Boko no Pico, I'm not having it. No, this is no, just no. I guess they dumped us. Indeed. What a farcical attempt at small talk. I've got no idea how to talk to this guy, and his robotic responses aren't helping. Blood and a stone come to mind. Without another word, he begins to rock his feet in an obvious gesture of boredom with this discussion. He really is like a little kid despite his serious demeanour. Suspecting the conversation over, I decide to accomplish what I came here to do in the first place. I'm going to go search for a present. You coming? Not much else to do. Alright, we're going to buy some shit. In a little while, we come to a small shop beside a convenience store. For once, the store's windows aren't filled with electronics and computer games, but dolls, stuffed bears, and all manner of wood-crafted oddities. Othello's Antiques. Well, I hope I don't get a spear thrown into me. Yay, literary jokes. No one's gonna get it. An antique store. Well, if there's anything in this town that'd suit Hanako, I guess it'd be here. I reach for the old-looking door handle, but pull back at the last minute as I realise my companion's gone adrift. Not coming in? I'll just be in the newsstand for a while, don't mind me. His voice makes it painfully clear he has zero interest in what's in the store, and that he doesn't feel obligated to follow me. This kid's gonna end up kidnapped, isn't he? Well, if he gets stolen away and murdered, it's not my fucking problem. As he wanders off without another word, I push the thick wooden door and enter the store, a bell above me ringing out. If he happens to be a special needs child, I don't give a shit. As long as he ends up dead and I don't have to talk to him anymore. The musty smell of old books and wooden shelves is distinctly anachronistic. I look to the counter beside the door. The greying man behind it sits there silently, reading a tattered book. He certainly fits the look of the palace. Slowly wandering through the aisles, the person I'm reminded of as I inspect each handcrafted or important oddity in turn isn't Hanako. Crouching down, I examine the ancient oak desk behind the shop window. Oh shit, how am I supposed to buy gifts for Lily if I ever have to do that? What do you give a blind girl? Just a book in Braille, that's about it. At least 30 dolls, all varying wildly in size and make. The only similarity between them is the long Victorian dresses they wear. I turn the price tag of one that looks to be about waist height. It's not in my price bracket at all. No. I do the same to each of them, getting more and more depressed as they get smaller and smaller in size. That is until I reach the very smallest one. It's affordable, just, yet of quality make and with long auburn hair and a little blue dress. I decide that it's the kind of present Hanako would appreciate. Pretty looking and far from gaudy. After I carefully pick it up, I decide to keep looking around the store. I'm not sure whether it's because I like the atmosphere or out of simple curiosity. Peeking around the corner before I go to the next aisle, I see that the shelves in this one are stocked with wooden toys, from toy cars to intricate automatons. Tucked behind a line of nutcrackers, I notice a little plain wooden box. It feels surprisingly light as I pick it up with my free hand. I love free hands. The lid only needs the smallest movement to pop open, the little metal drum inside beginning to rotate immediately. Come to think of it, like, what's her name again? Fucking, one-handed girl. Well, if she has a name, it's not mentioned, yeah. Now, there's a waifu that doesn't have a free hand, that's for sure. I love having two hands. Yeah. The lid only needs the smallest movement to pop open, the little metal drum inside beginning to rotate immediately. For seconds on end, I simply stand there listening to the palm-sized melody. As it plays, I take the tiny price tag in my fingers and bring it up to my face, the minuscule cursive writing taking some effort to read. It's affordable, sort of. Grimacing slightly, I close the lid and make my way to the counter with doll and music box in hand. You're getting both of them? Oh god, she doesn't deserve it. Hey, new character, it's Old Man Jizzy Teats. There we go. When I lay the two on the counter, the man behind it sits up and takes stock of them. He doesn't hide very well his surprise at someone my age buying them. Ugh. It's painful, but I hand over the money for the two and leave the store with a small opaque bag in hand. Oh dear. Oh, Hideki being there takes me by surprise. Oh, hi. I thought you'd be at the newsstand. Akira gave me a call. She's waiting for us at the fountain with Lily. Well, at least that solves the issue of trying to find them again. Off we go. We head we head off back to the fountain. Hideki's immaculate posture and presentation, despite his appearance, makes for a strange contrast even as we walk. I hope we never have to hang out with this kid again. Lily and Akira stand there waiting for us, their faces hard to read. Hey, you ready to go, shorty? Hideki's mood seems to improve as he rejoins her. See you, Lily. Hisao, tell Hanako I said happy birthday. We will. Bye. Goodbye, Akira. Now, what's the good news? And with that, the two disappear into the fracas of the afternoon city crowd. Turning to Lily, I notice she's carrying a small bag. It's now that I realize why her disposition felt different from before. While Lily's typically the type to wear her emotions on her sleeve, her expression and tone are clouded and difficult to read. I can't use the force or anything. This is ridiculous. It's more than a little off-putting, but given the effort she is making to hide her emotions, I doubt she wants to be cornered on why she's feeling this way. Already bought Hanako a present? Yes. Have you? Yeah. Shall we head back to the bus stop then? Okay, there should be a bus back to Yamaku pretty soon. And with that, we begin to walk. I hope Lily has a good sense of humor, because for her birthday I'm going to buy her, like, a poster of something incredibly grotesque, and she won't even be able to see it. Oh, it's definitely not orc porn, I promise you. It feels strange compared to before. Lily's hand on my forearm feels unusually tense, and the whole atmosphere is extraordinarily awkward. The silence continues for a long while. I really don't like seeing her like this. Hanako's birthday party is going to have to be held earlier. Is the 4th going to be alright for you? I have no other possible obligations anyway, so I reflexively nod. Only afterwards do I remember that doing so is pointless and quickly answer her by speech. You fucking idiot. She tries to collect herself, a task that looks almost pitiable on how plain it is to see how distant her thoughts are. Sorry, Hisao, you said the bus will be coming soon, right? That's right. But now that she says that, I have an idea. Actually, do you have anything to do later today? I don't believe so. Why do you ask? Well, this is the point where I normally take your hand and rush you somewhere, but even without that, you'll have to trust me, okay? Yep. I take her hand and gently lead her on, her distant face replaced by what a mild surprise and curiosity. Oh, here we go. Oh, fuck. We're just going to a fucking cafe. Why can't we be going to a love hotel? God damn it. Hate my life. As the waitress sets up the cups of tea and cup of coffee that I ordered onto the table, I thank her before she takes her leave. Truth be told, I really lucked out in finding this cafe. I didn't really know where I was going, rather I was just looking for any cafe that looked relatively nice. Having managed to recover a little, Lily tentatively sips at her cup as I take a long gulp of the coffee in front of me. God, I need that caffeine. As I hoped, her face lights up as she realizes what flavor it is. Ah, this is wonderful. So, how did you know that this was... I'd asked for French vanilla black tea, hedging my bets that it would be her favourite flavour, or at least one she liked. While I don't really know much about tea, it sounded like one she might appreciate. On the basis of her liking vanilla ice cream. A tea connoisseur I am definitely not. Oh, it was a lucky guess. You really like tea, don't you? She puts her teacup down and gives a tiny nod, that familiar small smile thankfully perched on her face once again. Drinking tea is calming, I think. With the amount you drink, are you sure you're not addicted to it? Caffeine addiction's pretty common nowadays. Did I ever say I wasn't? She lets out a giggle as my head drops. We all have our vices, I suppose, and there are worse things to be addicted to. Oh yeah, I think Haseo's addicted to waifus at this point. He's just not doing very well, that's all. I mean, you'd think the best outcome for him was being thrown off of that roof by Kenji. Oh, French vanilla black tea, huh? I'll have to remember that. For a while, we both silently drink. It's comforting to have someone like her nearby in such new surroundings, even if it's just the two of us sitting in silence. And even if she can't see anything. We could seriously be drinking coffee in front of a fucking brothel and she wouldn't even notice. I begin to wonder if this feeling is the same for her until she lets down her cup. So, do you mind if I ask you a slightly odd question? Well, that depends on the question, I guess. Just let her ask it, you fucking idiot. I was wondering what your favourite colour is. Everyone has one, after all. Except you, because you're blind. I almost replied before realising why the seemingly mundane question is actually quite strange. My favourite colour, but... She gives a pouting look, wanting me to answer anyway. While the answer seems unavoidably wasted on her, there isn't any harm in giving it. Well, I've always had a thing for green, I'd say that's my favourite. Green, is it? What things do you think of when contemplating that colour? I suppose grass fields and trees in summer? The army as well, with camouflage? Yeah, shooting shit. Men always seem to like the military. But that sounds like a nice colour. A very nice colour. We're teaching her about what colours are like. She nods her head a little, as if approving of the choice, considering how foreign the concept of colour is to her mind. Labelling it by association seems reasonable enough. If everyone has a favourite colour, then what's yours? White. I'm told it's the colour of snow and ice cream. Ah, you're no better than me. If you only like that colour because of a favourite food, I guess white is nice too, though. And speaking of colours, it'll be getting dark soon. Let me help you up. There you go. Waifu up. Lily offers her hand, which I take in mind to help lever her up from her seat at the table. Its softness compared to mine takes me off guard, as I'm not really used to such casual contact. I can't believe we just talked to a blind girl about colours. Fucking hell. What are we even doing with our lives? Anything for the waifu puss, I guess. Bloody hell. Alright. It doesn't seem to bother her at all, though. Well, it does seem obvious why. It feels like just one more ladylike aspect to her. Oh god, what are we even doing anymore? Can't believe it. As her hand moves to her pocket, I quickly cut her off. Don't worry, I'll pay for this. Oh, thank you, Haseo. Where the fuck did I get the money from? She gives an earnest smile at the gesture, a reward much greater than that of her words. Oh god, it's been going for so long. By the time we step off the bus, it's well and truly dark. Can I save the game, please? I can. Here we go. Create new save state. Boom. Progress saved. Where is it? Here we go. Presence and presence. Oh god, right, we've been going for a while. By the time we step off the bus, it's well and truly dark. We make our way up the hill in silence, both of us behaving a little awkwardly, probably because of the day's events. While I'm still concerned over Lily's withdrawn nature after meeting her sister, the fact I managed to cheer her up even slightly feels like a personal victory. But it feels like the air between us has changed. Maybe it's only a bit, but it's something I don't think either of us realised before. That was a date, wasn't it? Yes, we're in! We did it!
Oh yeah!
Alright, we did it. It was. That doesn't elude either of us, the question's answer being so self-evident as to be rhetorical. Awkward as it may be, I don't think this feeling is bad. In fact, good job. Good job. We got waifu. We have acquired waifu. Everything's fine. Oh, I'll have to get going to bed. I have to be up early tomorrow. Have fun with the rest of the stream. Oh, thank you very much, Imaginative Artists. We will try. I am trying to bed this waifu. It's going to be tough, but we'll do our best. But rest well now, and I'll see you again soon, hopefully. Oh, God. I got to keep grinding away at the waifu. It's going to take a while. Good God. Oh, dear. We still got waifuing. It's tough. I think we played, like, the first half of this particular path last year. Hopefully we'll finish it now. But we also got killed by Kenji last year as well. Awkward as it may be, I don't think this feeling is bad. In fact, quite the opposite. I don't know what it is. I certainly can't be sure, but it feels like something a little more than friendship. Well, of course it is. What the fuck else are you doing otherwise? Understanding, empathy, searching for words to adequately describe it is difficult. Nonetheless. Well, would you like to do this again sometime, Lily, without shopping for presents? Ever played Waifu Impact, aka Genshin Impact? I have. Last waifu I acquired was the water one. Oh God, what's her name? Something? Guy Fieri? Something like that. Oh, what the fuck is her name? Water Girl. No, I've forgotten it. Oh dear, she's kind of broken that she can just run on water endlessly. It's great. That's how you cross the seas in style. Okay, well, yeah, let's do this again sometime. The tentative question is met with the same look from Lily as before. Her pale skin makes the rosy tint of her cheeks just slightly more noticeable, and her face, though still pointed to the street ahead of her, lowers just a little. Oh dear, yeah, what's the name of what's the name of the waifu? I've forgotten. Oh, great, now it's going to gnaw at me all day. Hang on. Oh, fuck. Oh, that's not how you spell it. Hang on. Genshin Impact. There we go. What's this stupid name? Hydro class. Oh, yeah, here we go. We'll get what we're looking for here. Fiorina, that's who it is. That was the last one I got. She's pretty rad. She does watery things. She's quite good at that. Oh dear. And she can run on water forever and ever, so you don't have to worry about drowning. Oh dear. Oh, okay. This is just a minor okay. I have a feeling we're not getting anywhere after all. I already... hang on. Yeah, I still got the walkthrough, haven't I? Yeah, I don't know what... Hang on, Lily's path. I don't know. We don't get a lot of options to actually pick anything, do we? Not a lot of opportunities to pick dialogue options. Which is really fucking stupid, that's right. I walked down the hall of the girls' dormitories, my school bag in hand. A doll lies inside, carefully placed on top of a small box. I've been carrying the box in there for a while now. Still not sure of what to do with it. This whole situation, come to think of it, is bizarre. Well, I've known of Hinako's upcoming birthday party for a while now. I had no idea of what exactly the celebrations would be until I found a single note left in the abandoned tea room earlier today. Hold it up and read it again, double-checking the instructions. The plain black handwriting is fairly legible, despite Lily's blindness. Clearly thanks to considerable effort and care. Hisao will be holding a party at my place. Please come at 6 o'clock to room 225 in the girls' dormitory. Sorry for notifying you this way, but I have class representative duties. Lily Sato. Okie dokie. Not reassured, I continue to walk along the hallway until I reach Lily's dormitory room. I hesitate for a second, but eventually give 3 sharp taps on the... Oh yeah, we're in the girls' dorm. Here we go. This is where things get interesting. A brief and muffled exchange of words can be heard from the other side. Listening close, I can pick out Hinako and Lily's voices. Yes. Overhear waifu mutterings. Here we go. As they finish, Lily calls out. Might that be Hisao? Yeah, I got the note you left for me. You can come in. The door is unlocked. If this doesn't turn into a threesome, I'm going to be very unhappy. Glad that I managed to get the right room. I pressed down on the handle and let myself in. Yeah, apparently you can't read numbers. As the door swings open, my greeting to them is stolen from my mouth. Oh yeah, here we go. Pajama party. I'm so ready for it. Lily sits at a low table in the center of the room in her pajamas, while on the other side sits Hanako in a nightgown. Oh, this is getting good. This is getting good. Being dressed in only my normal school clothes, I feel quite out of place. That's alright. That's all good. I steal a quick glance at the lovely sight of the two, my eyes tearing themselves from Lily's long, thin and pale legs only with a measure of reluctance. Hell yeah. Hi, I think I brought everything that was needed. This is a very interesting birthday party. I highly approve of it. She smiles and nods. I wonder if she's even aware of the pleasant sight she makes. The thin, dark blue silk of her pajamas really suits her, accentuating both her eyes and her curves. Oh dear. Oh my god. Final Fantasy VII Remake Tifa with Tifa's OG booba size. Oh, fantastic. A mod to add a proper booba size. Hell yeah, that's what we needed. More of that. That'll make me want to buy the PC version now. Look at that shit. Yeah! that's pretty good.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
There you go. As for the developers saying that it couldn't be done, fuck you, it can be done. Just because the developers say you can't have the booba doesn't mean you can't have the booba. You can have it all day. It's bullshit they say you can't. Of course you can. Of course you fucking can. Oh my god. Oh, the thin dark blue silk of her pajamas really suits her, accentuating both her eyes and her curves. Hell yeah. The thigh game is on point. The look of her last night, that tentative and almost shy demeanour, seems all but replaced by her coy nature. Oh, this is going to turn into a threesome, let's go. It's nice to see her confidence return, though I can't help casting my mind back to how she looked back then. And there's Hanako as well. I look to Hanako, who nervously sits opposite her in her gown. It isn't a surprise that she'd wear something so conservative, though it definitely looks cute. Yeah, fuck them both. Go. Why not? Hi Hanako, happy birthday. Get your tits out. Oh, thank you. She's usually skittish, despite the fact that she's warmed up to me considerably over the weeks we've come to know each other. This is a pretty unusual situation, I guess. There we go. Feel free to take a seat, Hiseo. I'll just pour you two some tea. 1 + 1 + 1 = 5. Alright. Sure thing. Lily takes the steaming red teapot from the side of the table and gently pours its contents into our teacups as I take a seat beside them, setting my bag against the nearby wall. Be careful with that, Lily. We don't want to burn the other half of Hiseo. I mean Hanako. Fucking hell, don't burn her other half. With my senses returned and hormones somewhat calmer, I realise that this is the first time I've ever been in Lily's room. It's kind of plain. First thing I notice is the ambient smell, just slightly different from that in mine. Probably faint perfume or nail polish. Could be anything of a girl's, really, but anything you say? Another is the plain nature of the room visually. Beige walls, smart yet adorned cabinet, the lack of posters or wall hangings. It's distinctly utilitarian, something I would have anticipated given her blindness. Yeah, why would she have posters, dipshit? The only thing that really seems out of the ordinary is several piles of books sitting on the floor, each reaching from roughly knee height to waist height. Some of them have printed titles, others are entirely blank except for dots of braille. The fact that the ones with printed titles are uniformly in English is interesting, though not completely unexpected. She did mention her parents impressing the language upon her and Akira after all. Your room looks nice, Lily. Inappropriate, Hiseo. I hear a call of thanks from beside my shoulder, looking back to Hanako. Her gaze is fixed on her lap and her hands are nervously clutching her gown. What is going on here? It's now that I notice why. With these clothes on, the extent of her scarring is far more visible, reaching down her neck and out to cover her right shoulder. Considering this is a party for her, she doesn't really look like she's enjoying the experience now that I'm here. Oh, that's right, because Lily can't see her burns. So, how old are you turning? 18? Oh, I hope so. Her look of surprise, not at all helped by a total lack of skill at hiding her feelings, shows that she was trying to mentally tune me out. This is really quite awkward. Yes. She's legal, we're in! On the plus side, there's only 2 more years till you can drink, so who's older, you or Lily? Lily, she had her birthday in February. What about yours? earlier this year, so it's already passed. Unstated is that it passed while I was stuck in hospital. That was a particularly low point of the experience. Alright. Conversation with her dries up quickly as expected. It isn't long before Lily's finished preparing our drinks, setting down the 3 teacups in front of us. Oh god, it's a tea party. I hate this. I pick mine up, immediately noticing a much stronger aroma and taste than the tea we've been having. Tastes different from the tea we have in school. It's a different variety, rather than the kind we've been having here. You've never tasted orange J-Pure before? Not that I can remember. I usually drink coffee after all, like when we were in town. This is nice though. As we settle down and sip, Hanako seems to become more relaxed, or at least a bit less tense about my presence. Well, we all finish our cups at about the same time, with Hanako failing rather badly at hiding her anticipation for the cake that's sitting on to the side begging to be eaten. Come to think of it, I'm feeling very eager myself. First things first, though. Lily? Yes, now is good. Each of us knowing exactly what the other means, I lean sideways and dig around in my bag for the doll I bought Hanako as Lily gets up and retrieves her gift. Hiding our gifts in our hands, we present them both on the table at the same time. Happy birthday, burnt girl! Hanako silently sits looking at them for a second on end out of sheer surprise. My little wooden doll, replete with Victorian-era dress and little hat, lies next to a light brown and fluffy stuffed bear from Lily. My present's better. She clutches at her gown as she moves to speak, not taking her eyes off the modest presents. Modest? I thought it cost me a fortune. Thank you, Lily and Hisao. You're welcome, fuck's sake. Her voice begins to crack as Lily reaches forward, wrapping her in a soft embrace. Yeah, waifus. This is great. Now, this is the kind of yuri I can get into. The sight of Hanako holding Lily so tightly is heartwarming. So much so that I couldn't wipe the smile off my face, even if I wanted to. As Lily gently rests her face on Hanako's head, she speaks so quietly and softly that I can barely hear her. Happy birthday, Hanako. Happy birthday. Hanako gives a small nod, holding on to Lily for a time before breaking off and wiping an eye. Her only functional one. I guess that's for Hanako. Simply having anyone to be there for her and love her would be something special. The fact that Lily and I can now share that role for her is something I think I will always be grateful for. There she is. I just got finally see the fucking doll I bought her. Hanako gently takes the doll and teddy bear, holding them both to her chest as she warmly smiles. For a long time, all 3 of us simply sit in happy silence. The quiet is not broken until Lily's soft voice beckons. Shall we have at the cake then? It's alright. Her proposal is met with 2 looks of unhidden anticipation. No argument from me. Okay. Alright, let's get this party started. I hope she's laced the cake with something. Phew, that was good. I contently sit back, both Lily and Hanako looking just as satisfied with the food as I. It took some effort, but we managed to finish off the cake in one go. I don't think I can fit in any more. I can't fit any more in. I think next time I'll buy a smaller cake. Hanako and I chuckle, but I can't help noticing that come this time next year we'll have graduated from Yamaku. The fact is somewhat depressing since I finally feel as if my life is starting to get back into some kind of order. Idly looking around Lily's neat and orderly room, her books catch my eye once again. This might be a little impetuous, but my curiosity gets the better of me. Besides, I don't think she'll mind in any case. Hey Lily, do you mind if I take a look at one of your books? You're quite welcome to, Hisao. Even though I can't read them because I don't do Braille. That said, if you can overcome 2 language barriers, I will be quite impressed. 2? Braille and... oh right, English. She gives a nod. I knew you were studying English, but I'm amazed that you're this proficient at it. One could say it's a perfect way to avoid people borrowing my collection. She says it in jest, but I am a little disappointed. Having all these books around me with no way of reading them feels like one big tease. Yeah, one of them are like... what if they're like romantic novels? I'm missing out on all of that. Hanako giggles quietly as I reach over the closest pile, plucking the topmost book with only a cursory glance. Death on the Nile, in large letters on the cover, is the only printed text to be seen. I sit down for a while, with the book open on my lap as Lily and Hanako talk. Try as I might to feel out the dots of braille printed on each page, they seem to blend into one another and become indistinct. Oh, I know exactly what kind of present I should give Lily for her birthday. I should get her a cheese grater. It's the most violent novel she'll ever read. I thought this to be a lot easier than it actually is. With some practice, though, I could see someone with a better sense of touch than mine managing to read at a pretty fast speed. Noticing a silence that had probably begun earlier, I look up from the dotted pages to see Lily smiling as Hanako sips another cup of tea. Something wrong? Quite the opposite. Your curiosity is quite endearing. I'm inordinately pleased by the praise, though I can feel my cheeks heating up a little. It's because you want to fuck that girl. Just do it. It's been hours. Let's go. Thanks, but I don't know how else I could act. To be honest, I wasn't altogether sure of how you saw us, since you were a new transfer student from another school. If you'd pity us, I would have been quite offended. Perhaps we shouldn't tell them that we pity them. Alright, there's a certain edge to Lily's voice, one that I'd quite possibly place as pride. Glancing over to Hanako, she seems even more subdued than usual, looking towards Lily rather than me. I wouldn't worry about that. Considering the position I found myself in, I'm perhaps the last person that should be dispensing pity on others. MC, put his eggplant in this cat. Do it. My parents' first interactions with me after my heart attack. I wouldn't want anyone to see that kind of face. I catch myself from going any further, but not soon enough. Both of the girls seem to be put off, Lily especially. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have gone that far. The awkward silence reigns for a few beats. Good job, Lily, you ruined the birthday party. It thankfully ended as Lily's head perks up in a gesture I've come to easily recognize. Hear something? The door. Oh, everyone looks towards it, trusting in Lily's senses. True enough, the door handle shudders and turns, a flash of yellow and black slipping through. Oh no, Kenji is out for revenge. Oh, it's you. Akira Sato is in the house. Happy birthday, Hanako. Ah, thank you. What'd you get her? Did you get her an eggplant? Akira takes a seat at the table as she plops her tall bag beside her. She has her trademark boisterous air about her, making no small deal of her entrance. Hanako clutches her gown to steady herself, but doesn't appear too shaken after she settles down. I guess she must have met Akira before. Not a huge surprise given how close Akira and Lily are. Akira doesn't seem to be the least bit put off by Hanako's scarring despite its prominence, but she also doesn't pull any punches in how she acts despite Hanako's shy nature. I thought you said you have work, Akira. Did you manage to get off for a while? Oh, she got off, I bet. Yeah, kinda. I feel bad about ditching the guys doing overtime, so I gotta get back soon. But I felt bad about not coming to your cute little Hanako's birthday too. So, for now, I'm here. She grins widely at Hanako, who flowers into a full blush as she pins her eyes downwards toward her lap. Her mouth seems to widen and retract over and over as if she was trying to suppress a smile out of embarrassment. It's a little strange how her reaction seems to be more immediate and forceful than when she's embarrassed by the way she looks. All she manages to give in return is a tiny nod, failing to hide her appreciation to any great extent. Not that many people give her positive attention, I suppose. Makes me respect how well Akira can handle her, making her so happy compared to what little I could do. Yeah, you're kind of useless at everything you do, Hisao. What can I say? Now then, before I go, she reaches into the bag beside her and grandly displays its contents. Yay! Out come 2 large glass bottles, both with long French names on the labels. Hanako's expression is an odd mix of surprise and curiosity, and I suspect mine's no different. Lily, not seeing the proceedings, is oblivious to what's going on. Akira, isn't this... what is it? Wine. 1 red, 1 white. Akira, that's illegal. Relax. It's not like Shizune's here to scold you. Lily has a point. It's not exactly allowed on campus. Or anywhere, really. We're still short of the legal drinking age, remember? Rich words for someone practically drooling as he examines a bottle. Well, she got me there. I'm genuinely interested in trying some, even just a little. While Hanako may not be handling one herself, her look does tell me that she's far from opposed to the notion as well. Lily rubs her forehead, giving up the fight that she knows Akira would win due to simply not caring enough about those funny rules and regulations. Just don't breathe a word of this to anyone in the school, please, I beg of you. I'm not stupid, don't worry. That said, I gotta get back to work pretty soon. So soon, but he only just arrived. Sorry, Lily, good to see you two again, though. And you, Isao. See you later, then. Goodbye, Akira. I thought she was gonna fly away. She went back to her home planet. She levers herself up with a grunt and waltzes out of the room, leaving us alone with the 2 items on the table. Interesting. Lily gives a nervous giggle at her sister's antics and as Hanako takes a wine bottle. So, what do you think, Lily? She rests her elbow on the table and pinches the bridge of her nose, thinking things through. She doesn't seem to be able to keep up with her sister. Well, it's already here. May as well have some. No sooner does she say it than I take a quick glance around the room for glasses. Oh boy, we're gonna commit a crime today. A small groan above me reminds me that Lily retired to rest on her bed for a bit a few minutes ago. What? Already gone to bed, almost completely drained of energy. I managed to stand up and drag myself to the side of the bed, sitting down and leaning my back against it. Good God. Ugh. Lily's groan sounds lifeless. Too much to drink? My head hurts. Yeah, too much to drink. I rest my head back and idly stare at the ceiling. What an unmitigated disaster. Like proper idiots, we all drank the night away with one glass after another. Hanako simply fell to the side to sleep, and it's a miracle I don't feel as ill as Lily. Hey, Teo, I'm sorry about today. I didn't think this would happen. It's fine, Lily. To say the truth, I had a lot of fun today. Now get your tits out. Really? I think Hanako did too. No, she certainly did. Or maybe I'm looking at the wrong side of her. I don't know, the crispy side always smiles a bit. There's a short silence before another groan resounds from the supine Lily. You okay? As you said, I just drank too much. What's the time? The time? It's, I quickly look at my wristwatch. Its numerals barely legible in the gloom. About midnight. Curfew's in effect then. Yeah, I guess as much. We'll have to sleep here for tonight. As soon as I say it, I hear the sheets moving as Lily starts to sit up. Hanako. Ah, no, go back to sleep. Don't try to get up. Sayo, I have to... You're in worse shape than me by any stretch. Get some rest. But what about... I'll grab some spare blankets and put them over her, don't worry. As I give a deep yawn and stand to retrieve them, I hear her lie back down with a soft thud. Thank you, Hisao. No problems, the least I can do. You look outright wasted. Did we all fuck or what? I can't remember. I'm not wasted, just a little bit tired. She starts pouting, a slight slur beginning to distort her words as the alcohol takes hold of her again. I grab a couple of blankets rolled up at the end of her bed. Quietly walking over to Hanako, I carefully lay the blankets over her peacefully sleeping figure, making sure not to wake her up. The thick smell of alcohol coming off her breath makes me doubt that she'll wake up no matter what I did, though. I stand and take one last measure of the room. 2 girls, both very drunk, and one guy sleeping overnight with them in the female student's dorm. What a scandal that'd be if it broke out. I'm going to have to do the walk of shame tomorrow. Oh, as I move to sit back down at the side of the bed, I steal one last glance at Lily. Her sprawling, disheveled figure lies resting peacefully, slightly turned to the side. If I crouch down to get a better look... Yeah! Her white skin blends in with the white pillow of the bed, a look of slumber-born peacefulness on her face. Yeah, kiss the sleeping girl. It's okay, it's fine. Usually she seems so confident and forward, always there and caring for Hanako. Now, though, she seems painfully delicate. I think back to Hanako's presence. I thought it'd be a nice occasion for her, but I hardly expected it to be so moving. One birthday after another, year after year. Just she and Lily all alone. I guess it wasn't just the present she liked. Resigning myself to an uncomfortable sleep, I slipped down at the side of the bed once again to rest my tired arms beside me. Hey, Isao. Lily's voice is so quiet I can barely hear it. She must be on the verge of sleep. Yeah? Thank you. Thank you for what? for being here. That's okay. As I hear a deep breath, it's obvious Lily's gone to sleep. After closing my eyes, it doesn't take long for slumber to take me as well. Oh, can Satan take me as well, please? There's nothing for me up here. Fucking take me to hell. Hasayo? Hasayo, are you... The soft, barely audible voice lingering in my ear slowly wakes me. I wish I could be awoken like this more often. With a mumble, I slowly open my... Oh. Whoa! Oh, Jesus. Taken by surprise, the face hovering curiously mere millimeters from mine, I make our heads collide with a harsh thud. The impact of our foreheads causes both of us to fall backwards and yelp in pain, Lily sounding more like a squeak toy than a person. Ow, ow, ow. Ooh. I slowly rub my forehead with one hand, supporting myself with the other. Lily lies a few feet ahead, doing just the same, her face obviously pained. Sorry, your face was kind of close, and I acted on reflex. You okay? My head. Seems she's not actually okay. Come to think of it, I doubt that the impact alone is what's causing her head so much pain. Hangover? You drank a fair bit last night. She silently nods in confirmation as I lever myself up. Oh, you're not wearing pants, sir. I offer a hand to her and help her back onto her feet, glancing behind her. I find that Hanako is still fast asleep. Maybe she's dead. Oh, it's not fair. I only drank as much as you did. That's very different from what I remember. And anyway, girls have a lower tolerance than men. That doesn't help. Fine, I'll get you a glass of water. Just be careful not to trip over Hanako. Oh no, I stepped on her face. I rubbed the sleep out of my eyes, or at least some of it, as I walked to the counter. Tending to someone with a hangover isn't the way I like to spend a morning. It only takes a few seconds for the glass to fill and clear water reflecting the silver of the light that makes it through the thin curtains. It looks like Lily's taken a seat on the side of the bed. I walk over to her while taking care to step over the peacefully sleeping Hanako, place the glass into her outstretched hands. Thank you. No problem. I take a seat next to her, the soft bed having a surprising amount of give. She drinks slowly and methodically. A long silence passes, with only Hanako's soft breathing to be heard. Well, at least she's alive. With some measure of guilt, I look at Lily's face and attempt to read her expression. Her brow is furrowed, and she looks to be lost in thought. For a moment I hesitate, but eventually place a hand on her shoulder in an attempt to reassure her. I didn't expect her to flinch rather noticeably at that, though. Sorry, I didn't mean to, Lily quickly shakes her head in a manner somewhat more violent than usual for her. She takes a long breath to steady herself before letting her head sink. Oh, is this gonna get sexy soon? I must look terrible right now. I moved to protest, but quickly realized that it would be futile to do so. That said, I wanted to open up more. Now is the time to shut up. If you want to talk about anything, I'm here. Lily gives a self-deprecating snort as if to mock her own emotions. There's just a lot happening right now. I'm sorry for being so strange recently, especially back when we were in town. Even now I'm a bit confused about everything. Believe me, I know how that feels. She smiles wistfully, resting a cheek on the backs of her fingers. We're a couple of broken young fools, aren't we? Come on, don't say that. Come graduation, we'll be back out in the real world. The real world? Sometimes I surprise myself with the way I think about things. I guess the strange divorce feeling of Yamako and the surrounding town compared to the outside world still hasn't become natural. Maybe it never will. It's strange. In hindsight, being isolated from society like this doesn't feel as bad as it probably should. A wry grin on her face, Lily seems to share the same sense of amusement at the idea. Eventually, though, her smile drops. What's going on? I'll be going back to Scotland for a week or two soon. Is that why we had to reschedule Hanako's birthday party? She gives an affirmative nod. You'll be able to see your family again at least. You're not looking forward to it. I haven't met my family for 6 years. I don't even know how to act around them anymore. Wait, what? My mouth hangs open as I try to process what she said. If she's 18, that means she'd only been about 12 when they left. I may have seen very little of my parents, what with them both working long hours, but I feel utterly useless as I struggle to find some way to respond. But why? Why did they leave, or why are they inviting Akira and me back? Both, I suppose. My father's business has its headquarters in Scotland, and an executive position became available for him there. In the end, he had to move permanently. My mother followed him, but Akira and I stayed in Japan for the sake of both Akira's job within the Japanese branch of my father's company and my education. As for the latter, one of my aunts is gravely sick. I'm sorry? Just pretend you give a shit, it's all fine. Don't be, it feels strange really. We're being summoned there for her and yet we've barely met before. I can't even remember the sound of her voice. Equally strange is the total lack of antipathy she feels towards her family for doing such a thing. Can't help feeling slightly humbled. That said, her wistful exterior is just hiding her emotions. Seeing her like this is depressing. Knowing what to do, I lift myself off the bed. Lily noticed the bed's movements, her head perking up and her hand reaching sideways to feel where I was. Isao? I walk over to my bag, still leaning against the wall, unbuckling the front flap and retrieving the opaque bag from within. I take the small plain box in my hands. Hold your hands out, Lily. Oh, she looks surprised for a moment, but eventually acquiesces. Oh, is the music box for her, or is it? I thought both of them were for Hanako. I'm amused by a look of curiosity when I place the music box into her open palms. Her typically delicate way of handling it makes it seem like it were fragile enough to break if breathed on. She wordlessly brings it in front of her face, her slender fingers filling out its contours and patterning. Eventually her fingers find the recessed line between the lid and the body of the box, and her thumb effortlessly pops open the lid. Ah, there you go. I take a seat on the bed next to her, watching her face silently and intently. Then she gets angry and throws the box at my head. She sits completely motionless as she listens to the diminutive tinny melody, her mouth just slightly open. Are we alright? Takes a long while before she closes the lid with a small snap, bringing the curtain down on the miniature performance playing in her hands. The smile on her face, gentle and wistful, shows that I made the right decision. Think of it as a going-away present for your trip to Scotland. I will. Oh, a restless shuffling can be heard from the ground in front of us, the sound of having woken Hanako. She climbs out of the blankets I put over her, looking befuddled and wiping the sleep from her eyes. I see you're finally up. What? Hanako looks around the room with her eyes only half open, her mind far from being as awake as her body. Her dazed state makes me and Lily chuckle. As Lily gets off the bed and tends to Hanako, I take one last look around the room. Well, I guess I better get going then. There'll be questions if I'm seen leaving the girls' dormitories in the morning. So many questions. Goodbye, Hisao. Oh, goodbye. I stand and walk to the door, picking up my somewhat lighter bag along the way. After I leave the room and enter the hallway, though, I hear Lily's footsteps behind me. Huh? What's wrong? Without a word, she strides up to me. I freeze as I feel her hand slide up my cheek, seemingly every nerve taking in the feeling of her fingers and palm upon it. Immediately after, her face slowly moves next to mine, a light momentary touch of her lips brushing against my other cheek. For a moment, everything seems to stand still. I absent-mindedly bring my fingers to my cheek as if to try and recapture that fleeting feeling. Lily? That's my thank you, Isao. Thank you? For your present. Have a nice day in school. Damn! Thought we were in. And with that, she disappears behind her door and gently closes it. The muffled voices of her and Hanako audible through it as much as they were yesterday night. Well, shit. I think I'd be hard-pressed not to have a nice day after that. I walk away with a certain spring to my step. I think there was some people around that glanced at me emerging from the girls' dormitory building, but I find it difficult to care. Who gives a shit? Waifu. Oh god, if the game doesn't end in half an hour, I'm fucking bailing on it. I guess we haven't finished it for another year, but oh well, we'll see what happens. I mean, how many other games do I have on my list? We've barely done anything. 5 dates, okay, well yeah, we don't have too much to get through yet. Hee-chan! Go away! Hee-chan! Leave me alone. Come on, Hee-chan. Let me sleep. After 2 nights of not being able to sleep at all, the last thing I want is to be awoken when I finally manage to. Maybe the last period of class with a textbook as my pillow, but I'll take whatever sleep I can get at this point. See, Hichan, even C-chan wants you to get up. I don't care what Shizune wants. She's a bitch. Leave me alone. Jeez, Hichan, I'll just have to... what? I'll just have to wake... Oh, no, what's she gonna do? What's he fucking gonna do? Hang on, oh shit, hang on. Oh, that's not the wrong soundbite. Yeah, there it is. That's the one I'm looking for. I hate you, Shizune. You're the worst. Bitch! You are the worst. Wait, Misha's going to... You... This is bad. Ah! I'm up! You don't have to... Well, I can feel my face flowering into a scarlet red blush. The students still in class are sitting bolt upright and staring at the shouting fool who was sleeping just moments before. Damn it! I let my head smack down on the table with a noticeable thud. Misha's trademark uncontrolled laughter reverberates through the classroom. God, you're annoying. As I turn my mournful eyes to the bespectacled Shizune beside her, she carefully adjusts her glasses, desperately trying to maintain a look of serious disapproval. Narrowing my eyes, I see the badly hidden grin spreading across her face. Et tu, Shizune. She looks away quickly as she crosses her arms tightly, barely on the edge of her control. Wahahaha! Misha's laughter doubles in volume as she glances at Shizune. All I can do is drag my hand down my face in resignation. You too! Who was the one who slept in class? He-chan. Yeah, it was me. Poor Chi-chan. Was having a fit trying to wake you up, weren't you? I move my eyes back to the standoffish Shizune, who with a single huff of confirmation returns to looking away with her arms crossed. Why was Shizune trying to wake me up? He-chan wanted to give you the handouts that the substitute teacher gave out while He-chan was sleeping. Handouts? Oh my god! I suddenly find 2 sheets of paper thrust down in front of my face. Following the hand holding them, I see the still pouting figure looking down at me. With a distinct scowl, I might add. I guess I really am in the wrong here. Sorry about that. No dice, her irritated face still holds. I clasp my hands together and flick my head downwards in apology. Very, very sorry. She huffs and simply drops the papers on the desk. Damn! I look over my hands to see Shizune and Misha signing frantically to each other. A look of frustration on Shizune's face. Oh god, I hate you. That looks to be less of a dialogue and more of a tirade punctuated with sidelong glances at me. To say it's unsettling is an understatement. The two suddenly stop signing and look at me in unison, both having exactly the same look of disapproval. In one fluid motion, Misha's hand suddenly extends high above me and comes rocketing down. Before I can even hope to react, my head is sent bouncing up and down like a jack-in-the-box. I quickly bring my hands to my head more out of reflex than actual pain. Ow, what was that for? What the fuck is going on? I open my eyes to see the two grinning at each other while exchanging an enthusiastic thumbs up. She-chan says she forgives you now, He-chan. Ugh, can you forgive me with a little less force next time? Wahahaha! I look at the two with a blank face, Misha and Shizune. 1 Hiseo 0. She-chan says that you should check your student mail more often. Huh? She produces a bright yellow envelope and hands it over with an exuberant grin. Strange, who could have written me a letter? Now is not the time, and most definitely not the place to find out, though. Giving up on the nap so cruelly stolen from me, I rub my forehead and slowly get up, putting the sheets and envelope in my bag before swinging it over my shoulder. I take one step back and move to depart with a small bow, while Misha clutches her sides laughing and Shizune nods back in a curt farewell. I join the flow of students exiting the door and turn the corner in the hallway. Well, at least we don't have to see them again. Bitch! Alright. Only to end up face to face with Hanako. Well, hey Hanako. Good afternoon, Hiseo. Silence falls between us as she as busily chatting students pass us by. Only the pink-headed one girl drills. She certainly is hyperactive enough for it. She's fidgeting constantly, her eyes drawn to her rather unremarkable footwear. I take the bridge of my nose in my fingers while I blink heavily in an attempt to make things seem clearer. I'm barely staying awake as it is. Hanako, do you want to say something? Where is it? I wanted to give you this. She holds out a small rectangular piece of paper. I blink again to make out the text, though barely through barely open eyes, slowly starting to make out what's written. Eggs 2, bread loaf 1, whole grain cereal 1, time 1. That's quite the list. A shopping list? I look upwards, raising an eyebrow. I usually go shopping with Lily, but I can't come, so... You want me to run errands for you? It's okay if you don't want to, I just thought that maybe, She's panicking. I sigh. Yet another battle lost, though this time by a weakly fought surrender. I smile tiredly and rest a hand on her head to calm her down. Yay, waifu head pats, here we go. It's fine, I was gonna go anyway, just the stuff on this list. She nods, then bows deeply twice as if to make her gratitude perfectly clear. We were going to meet outside the school gates at 6. Thank you, I was going to get it, but I need to study for the test tomorrow. Test? Ah, that's right, science. How are you doing with it? She brightens ever so slightly. I've been spending more time on it than before. I think I can do okay. Good work then. She too starts smiling, and much more enthusiastically, much more earnestly than I at that. I have full confidence that I can do fine in it without any extra studying, but the fact that she's putting in an effort instead of just reading in the library is heartening. I'll grab your stuff and take it to your dorm in the evening. See ya! With a small wave, we part ways. Oh, I do like my waifus extra crispy. I'll go do my homework before meeting Lily. I should be able to take care of it in time. There we go. Oh god, it's getting dark. Wrangling with a particularly complicated math problem has caused me to be a little bit late for my meeting with Lily. Only a couple of minutes, but enough to make me step smartly out in the courtyard and out to the school gate. I make a right turn and start my way towards the small town below, leaving a few students turning the other way to the bus station. I slip my right hand into my pocket as I walk in the orange sunlight of dusk. Thankfully, the sweltering summer heat started to die down, making way for a pleasant, cool breeze. I bet you anything their idea of a sweltering hot day is like 31 degrees. There's Lily. When I stretch my hands high above my head, a familiar figure takes form, cane in her right hand. Ah, Lily! She stops and turns around, swiveling her head slightly, to try and work out exactly where the voice came from. Hey, it's me! I quickly catch up to her, coming in beside her and matching her slow pace as we resume walking. Good afternoon, Hisao. Hi there. I glance up at the sky. A distinct tinge of orange discolors the clouds, washing the footpath in its light. Oh, long shadows from the trees fall across the wide road down the hill. So, Hisao, what brings you here? Just going to town to grab some groceries Hanako sent me. Hanako sent you? Yeah, she said she needed to study for a test tomorrow. I was coming down anyway, so I'll just buy her stuff as well. Unspoken is that Lily really could use some help to get food, but it's an obvious fact that neither of us needs to state. Well, it's good to hear she's studying for it. I thought the same thing when she asked me to come with you. We continue walking down the street, the familiar sound of her cane echoing through the air as we go. Except for the occasional passing car and the leaves whispering in the branches, there's a blissful silence. Thank God for that. So the MC is in love with a burnt girl and a blind one as well. I'm trying to just go for the blind girl, but I mean, burnt girl is always hanging around. Each one of the girls actually is paired up with another girl, and rather fittingly, they sort of complement each other. Like blind girl is paired with burnt girl because burnt girl doesn't have to worry about being seen by a blind girl. Deaf girl hangs out with a girl who never shuts the fuck up. She's very loud. That's Misha and Shizune. Who else? There's Rin, who has no arms, and what's the name of the other one? There's Rin, who has no arms, and there's what's the other one? There's Rin and Emmy. That's right. There's Rin who has no arms and Emmy who has no legs. So they're like two halves of one person. So it's kind of like that. And I think that's it. I don't think I'm forgetting anyone else. There's Rin and Emmy. There's Shizune and yeah, I think that's all of me. There's not too many waifus. We continue walking down the street. The familiar sound of a cane leaves whispering in the branches has a blissful silence. Thank God I can finally relax for the first time today. There we go. I glance over at Lily. That porcelain face of her never seems to lack that air of relaxed confidence. I guess the same could be said of her personality too. Oh, is this called disabled waifus? Oh yeah, pretty much. Katawa Shoujo, or cripple waifus. I'm disabled. Oh dear. I could guess the same could be said of her personality too. As she silently walks, her face remaining pointed to the street ahead of her, I look ahead and savour the cool air blowing over my face. This is probably the calmest moment I've had since the about face my life took so recently. To have it while walking to get some groceries, what a weird life. I feel the crumpled up note rubbing against my hand in my pocket, and pull it out to check its contents. Let's see here. Eggs, bread, cereal, thyme, lettuce, shaved ham. Hey, I didn't say lettuce or shaved ham. That sounds like quite a bit to carry back along with your own. Oh, yeah, just how much does this girl eat anyway? My mind suddenly clicks that yes, there is actually a person beside me. Wait, I mean, she laughs wholeheartedly. My Hiseo. Her giggles punctuate her words, though she's making little effort to suppress them. Quite direct today, aren't we? Yeah, you got me there. Still, it is quite a bit. Usually I go shopping with Hanako, so I know what she buys. It's the same thing every week. Eh? She a good cook? She gives a nervous giggle. It's usually me who ends up cooking. I used to do so for Akira, so it's no problem doing it for Hanako as well. You can cook, but a short hum with an amused lilt emanates from beside me. I wonder if that's the fact that she seems amused by my comments so often is actually genuine, or rather just from a want to make me more comfortable addressing her blindness. There are ways around it. Some meals are more difficult to cook than others because of being unable to see what I'm doing, but it usually takes a little more time. Fingers can double as very useful measurement tools, for example. Just make sure you don't accidentally cook Hanako, if you know what I mean. She says she's half done already. It makes sense, but she'd have been pretty careful not to hurt herself. I wonder how many times that's happened, given that it sounds like she's cooked alone for probably years while Akira worked and her parents were gone. With that, the conversation trails off. Compared to the awkward silences of Hanako, Lily seems genuinely content to say what she thinks and stay quiet when there's nothing to say. The slick road under my feet is bathed in orange glow, and the occasional fallen leaf crunching underfoot as we walk. I let out a deep yawn, my lack of sleep coming back to haunt me. Did you not get much sleep last night? I couldn't sleep at all for the last 2 nights. Probably insomnia. Lily's face suddenly becomes worried. It feels like a personal failure every time she gets worried about my well-being, even if it's genuinely nice to know someone cares. You have insomnia? Aren't you going to see the nurse about it? No, no real need. It's happened before a few times. My meds screw with my sleeping occasionally. Ah, I'm sorry. Come on, it's not your fault. At least I shouldn't have any trouble getting to sleep tonight. You do worry me sometimes. I worry you? Uh-oh, she's rumbled our game. This is not going to be a rape, I promise. I reach around and scratch the back of my neck. I kind of want to address this. Hey, Lily, I don't mean to sound weird, but, please try to forget about my heart condition. She looks kind of lost. I hardly blame her. I guess what I'm trying to get at is, just don't treat me differently because of it. She bows her head slightly, her white cheeks reddening almost imperceptibly. Oh no, I'm one of them. It's only natural to worry about those around you. Well, it's still nice to know there's someone like that out there. It may be somewhat embarrassing to say, but it's the truth. Lily takes a breath to regain her composure and manages a gentle smile, though her cheeks remain flushed. The final downhill walk to the store passes in silence, but no more talking, it's too awkward. Welcome! I suppose I get my stuff first and Hanako's on the second round. I grabbed 2 well-worn red baskets from the stack beside the entrance and passed one to Lily. There you go. That's how she picks things up. Just as she did before, she lays it on the ground and slides her retracted cane between the basket's handles before picking it back up with her right hand. When she takes hold of my arm in her own, I'm surprised at just how fast this kind of casual contact became so natural. Mostly due to the necessity, no doubt. Shall we? Sure. While we navigate around the store, the odd person occasionally passing at pace has no heed at all. It's nice compared to the stares and whispers around the city. As we reach each aisle, I quickly check with Lily that she needs to what she needs and grab it along with what I want, putting our items into their respective baskets. It's an odd feeling to be dependent on so much for something so basic as shopping. Hanako would practically be a necessity for her to pick out what she wants after all. Right, I'm pretty much done with both my stuff and Hanako's. You need anything else, Lily? Nope, this should be everything. Off we go then. Oddly, there's a queue a mile long. Considering the store's only large enough to warrant one counter, it seems like it'll take a while. Damn! Lily gives an inquisitive look, unable to see the reason for my complaint. The queue's really long. Looks like we'll have to wait. How strange. Sharing the same mood of resignation, we reluctantly take our place at the end of the line. I guess we can make out for a while. One person finishes, the line moves up. Another person finishes, the line moves up. By the time we finally reach the head of the line, I'm so close to dozing off that Lily has to gently pat me on the back for me to move up. Sayo. Oh, I'm sorry. Ugh. She gives a short sigh of consternation as I move up, getting the groceries for Hanako and put into separate bags. Don't put me in a bag. Thank you. Please come in. Thank you. Come again. It's the Aura-Mart. By the time we emerge from the store, Lily's holding a single bag while I struggle to carry 4, both hands well and truly full. It's a lot of work, but thankfully the items in them are light. Even without looking skyward, it's obvious that a surprising amount of time's passed, the road outside being dark and lit by street lamps. Once Lily retrieves her cane, we set out back to the dormitories the way we came, leaving the welcoming warm glow of the store. And now she has the advantage. She can't see shit, and nor can I in the darkness. Despite the road being empty of cars, the full bags abundantly make up for the lack of noise constantly clunking and squeaking together. My, Hiseo, it's good to find that you're eating well. I'm a growing guy after all. I need to eat all I can. Must be nice being a man. What? Seemingly not noticing or ignoring my surprise at the completely out of left field comment, she continues on without missing a beat. Weight doesn't really bother you when eating, most of the time. I get what you mean. Women tend to worry about stuff like that more than we do, I guess. And so they should. Exactly. It makes me somewhat envious, to be honest. Well, it's not like we can outright ignore it. With an an affirmative nod, we continue on our walk. Huh, that's right. What is? Hanako mentioned your birthday was earlier this year. Do you do anything special for it? She gives a long pause, lost in thought for a few seconds as she recalls the event. Not really, it was just Hanako and me having a little party during the night after school. Your birthday's supposed to be a big event, you know. Sounds like a pretty lonely way to spend a birthday, just her and Hanako staying overnight. Birthdays always felt like a family occasion for me. They were a time when, in spite of their full-time jobs, both my parents would make an effort to be there for the day, or at least for a party beforehand. Reminds me of how Lily mentioned she hadn't seen her family in such a long time, and even ended up moving away from Akira's house afterwards. But I guess it's the same in situations as mundane as these. Considering her inability to read the packaging, just getting groceries would be a pain without somebody else around. In the end, she just has Hanako and me, and Akira when she's off work. But that as it may, she still seems to have many more distant friends among the students, not to mention people like Yuko. Who's Yuko again? I can't remember who Yuko is. Who's Yuko? It seems to be her own choice that there's so much separation between those who are close to her, and those who she only socializes with. It humbles me a little to see how much Lily seems to have her life set up and going just as she wants. Yet Hanako is there for her to celebrate her birthday, and I'm here helping her with shopping. It's a weird kind of symbiosis, I suppose. Are you alright, Hiseo? Sorry? You just seem to go very quiet, that's all. Ah, sorry, I was just thinking. Oh. And now I've piqued her curiosity. Oh my god, it's an option. It feels kind of overly personal to talk about, though. Save game, you might fuck it up. There we go. What am I supposed to say, then? Hang on, return. There we go. Tell the truth, avoid the subject. What do I do? What do I do? I gotta check the walkthrough for the first time for reals. Let's see. Tell the truth. Okay. I think I'm misreading this a bit. Good and neutral endings. Okay. Bad ending is to get pushed off a fucking roof. Here we go. Following scenes may differ between them. The choice itself will not hamper your progress towards a desired route. Or ending. Okay, that's good. Oh my god, there's 4 acts and we're on Act 2? Well, I guess we're telling the truth. Okay, I guess that's what we're doing. Yeah, oh my god, we are far from done with this game, but at least we're nearly done with Act 2. Shit, this game is long. Alright, I'll tell the truth. Makes sense. It was just kind of, I was thinking about how you seem to have everything so sorted out, even with Hanako relying on you. I can admit that even I kind of relied on you when I first transferred in. I think it's a good quality to have. I turned to Lily, surveying her reaction. She's forcing herself to look forward and furrowing her brow quite a bit. Her face looks a bit awkward, as if she's trying to find just the right words. Lily? I would thank you, but assuming that I don't rely on the presence of others is too much. You'd be wrong to think that Hanako simply depends on me without nothing. Depends on me with nothing in return. She seems to have quite a bit of trouble saying it, even though it's largely what I thought already. If she's tried so hard to maintain her independence as anyone would have to do in her position, sighted or not, maybe she finds it hard to talk about her own needs. Like her sexual ones? It's only now that I realize an omission in what she says, though. I decide to follow it up largely in jest to avoid things getting too personal. Oh, and what about me? She suddenly runs ahead of me and turns, blocking me off. With a smile, she holds her hands behind her as she leans forwards. You're different. Oh my god, and with that she turns back and continues to walk ahead of me, a newfound spring in her step. All I can do is raise an eyebrow and give a dazed grin. I don't think I've ever seen this playful and teasing side of her before. So, I'm different. It's hard to work out the exact context, but knowing her, this ambiguity was intended. Our relationship has been changing, at the very least simply because I've begun to stand on my own feet more and started getting more curious about the situation of those around me. As to why, probably a mix of personal curiosity and a want to try and work out how to deal with my situation. I'm less sure of Lily, though. That's why her own statements, so similar to my own feelings towards her, throws me off so much. Watching her make her way up the street, cane tapping from left to right, I decide to settle the matter I decide to settle the matter later, and just smile. This is a nice side to her, and I don't want to forget it. Don't ruin it, idiot. Eventually we get to the girls' dormitories, both my arms aching from the weight of 2 sets of groceries. We're finally here. Phew. I bend down to wipe my forehead with the back of my hand. Lily stops in front of her door and sets down her bag, fishing around in her pocket for the key. Thank you, Issei. I really appreciate your help. This is nothing. It might be nothing to you, but it's definitely something for me. And with that, she steps through the door, closing it behind her. I blink. Those were nothing but honest thanks, but I can't help feeling something different about them. Anyway, I have something else to do before I can mull on that at my leisure. I turn back to the door to Hanako's room and proceed to knock twice in quick succession, the bag still in my hand rustling together. Damn, I was hoping she'd be naked. Never mind. After a couple of seconds, the door slowly opens. If one weren't looking closely, they could be forgiven thinking it hadn't moved at all. I twist my head to the side to try and peer through the tiny sliver of a gap between the door and the door frame. Hey, Hanako, I got your stuff. With that, she opens the door completely, making a plain room visible over her shoulder. Sparsely decorated, it's probably even more unremarkable than my room. I hold out my right arm, both bags almost pulling it straight back down with their weight. Thank you, Isao. I'm sorry to make you carry them all this way. It's fine, don't worry. Just don't make me do it every day, okay? I pass the bags to her as I give a light-hearted chuckle. After the initial transfer of weight, she manages to take them easily. Well, I'll be off then. Night, Anarcho. Good night. See you in class tomorrow. Oh, we are so in. With a deep bow, her groceries still held in both hands, she steps back and shuts the door. I wonder if her genitals have been burnt slightly. I hope not. Making my way back to my own dorm, I put one bag into my other hand to balance them out. Even as I do so, I can't get Lily's light-hearted smile out of my mind. When I'd first met her, it would have been nearly impossible to imagine her like that. Indeed, it feels like we've become closer in the past few weeks since I first got to know her in Hanako. Oh, we are so in. The time I spent with her each day, the small exchanges of happiness we share, those small moments of joy as I get closer to her. She smells like peaches. I'm far from certain, but I don't think these are just the normal feelings of friendship. Once I return to my room, I stow away my groceries and begin getting ready for the night. I swap the school books in my bag for those I'll need tomorrow, pulling out the little yellow envelope Misha gave me earlier in the process. I got so sidetracked by one thing after another that I couldn't deal with it earlier. Who could have written me, I wonder? The name neatly adorning the back of the envelope freezes me in its tracks. It's been so long since I've seen her writing. There's little chance I could have identified it as her otherwise. Iwanako. Oh no, it's original girl. Why should she have written me? Can't think of any good reason for her to do this. Oh my god, it's original waifu. It's OG waifu. Oh god, I almost don't open the letter. But there'd be little point to that. If I just left it alone, its mere existence would gnaw at me until I did something about it. Dear Haseo, sorry that you're dying of heart failure. I met some other guy. His name's Chad. He's great. I look down the piece of paper on my desk. It's bright and summery decoration beaming happily at me. The letter is in pink, jarring badly with the yellow sunflower border on the card. The handwriting is neat, the characters having been written thoughtfully and with an unusual amount of care. An unusual amount, rather. I'd barely given the letter a second thought when it was given to me, but now I can't get its contents out of my mind. While I'd like to say that I don't know why she used such an old-fashioned method of communication, considering a phone call or an email would be much faster and easier, the answer feels obvious enough given the context. A letter leaves a comfortable distance between the sender and the recipient. Unlike a phone, that is required that you engage in conversation, and unlike email, there's less expectations of an immediate reply. Statements such as, the third year seems to be very anxious about final exams, and it's so weird to think that we're already seniors, isn't it? Are just small talk that could have been achieved by simply replying to any of the messages I'd sent her while in hospital. The ending, though, is the true reason she sent this. The last couple of lines added almost as an afterthought. I wonder if we'll meet again. Perhaps it's for the best that we don't? It's a statement that should hurt. I've always heard breakups are nasty stuff, but it feels like this is simply a reaffirmation of what we both already knew instead. It's the preceding text, no more than small talk, that makes me feel almost uneasy. I can't figure out why. No matter how long I sit there, I look down at this bright and summery piece of paper. If you'd like to correspond with me, by all means write me back. It's plainly obvious that this is not the type of letter to be replied to. In the end, this letter is no more than a simple abdication of responsibility, a final statement to reassure herself that our relationship is over. As such, I find I have little problem in scrunching the letter and envelope into a ball and tossing it into a waste bin, ridding myself of its existence forever. Fuck you! Fuck you! I go to bed with mixed feelings, cheated out of a pleasant evening by this intruder from the past. Damn you, ex-waifu! Bitch! Ironically, it takes a while before I can manage to sleep. And there you go. Everything is becoming a disaster. It's alright though. Blind girl is harder anyway. This is what we call an upgrade. I sweat profusely, awaiting the dreaded moment. Oh my god, I'm going to save the game though. Because, yeah, we're going to move on. Apparently this game, yeah, we're going to just do an act a year by the look of it. God's sake. Create new save state. There it is. God, I hate my life. There we go, and we'll be able to come back to it next time. Holy shit, this game is so fucking long, though. It's ridiculously long. Alright, let's go back to the main menu. Are you sure you want to return to the main menu? Yes, I do, she's an A. Fuck off. There you go. Katawa Shoujo. It's still not done yet. Silly me for thinking we'd finish the game today. Bloody hell. But there you go. We did a thing. We did a thing, and we're well on the way to getting that blind puss. So it'll be fine. We did it. So there you go. That was Katawa Shoujo Act 2. We're getting there. It's a thing that exists, and I, for one, am pretty happy that it does. I mean, we're upgrading our waifu, and yeah, so far, things are looking good.
Good job!